Can't quite figure out the right volume. I'm guessing that's good. Fingers crossed anyway. Welcome. Hello everyone. My voice has decided to give out right now. That's really good timing. Welcome to Raising Rings. Not my thing, so to say, but I am here anyways. This is a special charity event organised by many different members of the Sonic community. And I'm here to pop in for the weekend and say hi and try and raise some money as we play for you Sonic Superstars, a game which I'm pretty big on actually, but I know it isn't exactly the most beloved of things in certain circles. See, ring joke, right? Not the most beloved in certain circles of the Sonic community, but I had a good time with it, at least with the base game, which is all we're going to be playing today, none of the extra story and final story and all that stuff. Just exclusively checking out the base game. I'm going to be on the Series X, which is really nice, because it means I've got access to a couple costumes that I otherwise wouldn't have on Steam. Thanks, well, I guess it was Amazon over here who were responsible for the comic book code, so thanks for that, and thank you to IHOP as well for not releasing those things over here. That's really nice of them. A couple of ground rules, just gonna remind people, this is raising money for Special Effect, a charity helping the physically disabled to play video games again through the use of specialist technology. If you'd like to find out more about them, there is a command, !Special Effect, down in the chat room. You can go to their website and learn a little bit more about what it is they do, but the charity I very much love to support, as do various other members of this community as well. Aside from that, I should warn you, you're probably gonna... Or you're not gonna, but you might hear pings in the background from my WhatsApp. Apologies. There is a, unfortunately, real chance they need to run off at some point during the stream. I hope it doesn't come to that, but I'm awaiting something kind of serious right now. I will eventually go into it, I'm sure, maybe. But for now, yeah, just know there is a chance I could disappear at a short moment's notice. Hopefully it won't come to that, but... just hopefully you can understand if it does. Aside from that, the only other groundkeeping rule is I put it in the pinned as well, so please make sure to read through the pinned. It's also got the donation link. I'm just going to say it here at the top. Please don't bring current affairs and things into this. I've done these sort of streams before, and I always have a great time with them, of course, but there have been a couple times where there's been like some drama or something that people bring straight into a charity stream. Definitely not here for that today. We're just here to raise some money for a great cause. And I know it's the sort of thing where it's semi-related to Sonic or anything like that, so people feel the need to talk about it during the stream. I just don't want to bring that near here. I want this to be, as I wrote there, a form of escapism, first and foremost, and we also want to raise some money for charity as well, so got to keep in mind what's appropriate to talk about and discuss during charity matters and the like as well. I know it's a very boring thing to say, but I just want to get it out of the way. With that in mind, I'm going to fade down the music here and go on over to this brand new layout. I've been working on this for a little bit now, about a week or so, and I really like how it's come out. Obviously, it'll evolve and change with time, but I finally got around to changing the underbar and updating the social links and everything. But yeah, I think this has come out really nicely, so let me know what you think of it. Also, you're going to have to let me know what audio levels are like, because that might be a bit of a challenge today. I'm on the laptop again, not on the actual PC, so I am going to be working under that assumption. Welcome, SD. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I really like how it came out. It was kind of inspired by a lot of decent... it's a lot of decent inspirations that have come to it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just come out nicely. Need that face cam slot eventually. I actually do have the face cam set up, but it's not the day for it today. It's too hot. Another day. I don't think I ever used it as a face cam. Maybe once or twice I used the old layout, which I've had for like 5+ years now. I used it as a face cam. The intention was that I would take away that Raising Rings and do that, but not today. It's it's flippin' warm. Yeah, 22 degrees in here right now, not too bad, but the Xbox becomes a space heater once that'll be running Superstars. Luckily not 4K, so I save myself some of the heat, but it's pretty bad. Anyway, I'm starting here fresh. October looms, indeed. So I'm starting from a fresh file. I even deleted the old file that I was just messing and testing with. So we're going to open the game fresh as anything. And yeah, check out that opening cutscene. There's multiple opening cutscenes, but check out the one that plays when you open the game, I guess. I don't know how you describe it, right? You'll see what I mean by the multiple openings. But Yeah, hard to escape when some of the Sonic library is depressing. I mean, I get the depression with this game, but it's fine. It's not Mania good, but it is still pretty good, all things considered. You just got to give it that chance and all that. Yeah, even this cutscene didn't manage to be like as nice as some of the ones we've had in like Origins and things like that. It's a bit of a downgrade, but it's a different team, so it makes perfect sense. You've also got a lot of in-engine cutscenes, and you get an additional one for if you choose one of the other playable characters, I think. So we've got to sit through a couple before we can play the game. Thanks, Sonic. This game will forever be mobbed by the time when Jun's guitar gave out on stage. I mean, yeah, you wish his guitar gave out during the game, right? Because at least there would still be a sign of a guitar in here instead of the awful Mega Drive-esque music we got, which, you know, something dying cats, something strangled ducks. Right, let's get going. I don't even think the melodies are that bad, as proven by him playing the melody, or the medley, sorry, in the concert. I think it was pretty fine. It's just, unfortunately, I mean, this one's a really catchy song. It's, yeah, just a little bit rude. Anyway, I'm just double checking everything here is correct. Yep. Okay, let's get started then. For some reason, the main menu also has a lot of, the audio is lagging, so I always get confused and think, oh god, my capture card's, on the fritz. No, I think it's just the, it's just the main menu. Right, here we go. So, am I going to get spammed? No, I didn't get spammed, because I did buy the DLC Deluxe upgrade today, so I had the option of playing as every character, except Modern Amy, because I'm not allowed Modern Amy for some reason on Xbox. You can buy her outright on Steam, but if you didn't get the code on Xbox, there's no way to get her now, which is really nice of them. Well, so yeah, look at all these Digital Deluxe backgrounds, aren't they lovely? For some reason, these are completely different from the ones I was given when I logged on to my completed file. So, I don't know what's up with that. Is it because this is a fresh file or something? I don't know. Anyway, so we've got all these characters here. You can see I've got the normal skins, the Lego skins, the comic book ones, which were exclusive to Amazon here, and company, I can't remember whose name in America. Got the Santa, got the Shadow, even got the Rabbit. Same with all the others. And with Amy, we have access to this costume here, the American exclusive IHOP Retro Diner Amy, which, just for the sake of, I have to play this on Xbox, I cannot play this on my Steam account unless someone mods it in. I'm going to go with Diner Amy, honestly, because it's just really cool. Why they region locked this, I don't know. I know it's behind an IHOP promotion where you have to buy like £100 or $100 worth of pancakes, but still, thank you eBay for coming in clutch, and a VPN as well. Let me redeem that on my Xbox account, so I took advantage of it, okay. Yeah, I mostly tend to play these games as Sonic. Occasionally I'll drop into a Knuckles playthrough or whatever, but I mean, I played as Amy on day one of Origins Plus being out, but Amy's not normally a character I would typically play as, so I thought it'd be different, just to show off a skin that most people probably won't have done a playthrough of the game with. So, yeah, let's go with that then. Of course, we are forced to go back to some other characters. We are forced to play as like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in set stages. Hey, welcome to Larry. Hope you're having a good one. How much was the code? It was £9. Still beats £100 worth of pancakes, though. Yeah, so I didn't know some of the characters got alternate cutscenes until I picked Knuckles, and he has like a Master Emerald cutscene, so I wasn't aware that Amy had one either. It's just everyone but Sonic, I think. Anyways, look, here we go. Retro Diner Amy. Isn't she cool? So, like I said at the top, this is just going to be a standard playthrough. No Chaos Emeralds, anything fancy like that. We are just going to be getting to the end. That's when I consider Superstars at its best. I think it gets a little bit strained by like the trip playthrough and trying to... there's like a couple other things as well. What is there? I'm trying to think. £91 net loss. Sorry, IHOP. Yeah, when you do like the trip story and all the emeralds and the true story, I think that really bogs the game down. I think it is its best when you just do a normal campaign run. Seller's living well, you know it. He had loads of codes, so I'm guessing he ate a fuck ton of pancakes at some point. I love the whole game unironically, but I understand why people have issues. Yeah, I do for sure. I think most of my issue with Trip's campaign was... I mean, it wasn't a problem for me, but I know a lot of people have an issue with the requirement of Chaos Emeralds. Hey Jamie, welcome. Bad Sonic game. See, we're gonna have this all day, aren't we? Yeah, the final boss is a problem with Trip, but also the reliance on the Chaos Emeralds. You need them. You need to have got them in, quote, Sonic's story, or whatever you want to call it, the main campaign, to be able to get through certain areas in Trip's story, which I think is a really dumb requirement, personally. I nearly died there, but thank you, Amy. Cheese playthrough is indeed coming in clutch. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, that final boss, and even the true final boss, is a bit of a ball ache, to be honest with you. I think it took me like 3 tries of 10 minutes each to get that thing down, which I think I did Mania's one in about the second life on my first time doing that, so gives you an idea. One thing I'm going to say as well, I'm going to automatically press Y, so I need to remember to not do this. I need to remember to not press Y, because I'm so used to Sonic 4, where you press Y to go to the next stage. They ruined my muscle memory on it, and it's got me so many times playing this game. Yeah, last time I went through it I technically had to replay through all of it for the sake of the golden coins in the levels, because I wanted to get all the achievements, which I did do, but it's not really a proper playthrough in my eyes, and hell, I even cheesed the final boss with the Supersonic glitch, so I am a fraud. The Mania normal final boss. I don't remember that being that bad. Should we go... Oh, I was going to say, should we go to a special stage anyway, but I missed my opportunity. Repressed memories, you know it. Yeah, one thing I will say in regards to the charity stuff, if you do end up donating, please go ahead and let me know. The reason is, I don't have the alerts on because there's a lot of people taking part in this, right? And I don't know how many people are going to be taking part right now. So for all I know, it could be lighting up like a Christmas tree, and none of them are relevant to this stream, so to say. Of course, they're all still going to the same great cause, and that's what counts, but yeah, I don't have the alerts box on or anything, so I won't know when you donate. So if you do, I'll be checking it periodically, like probably between like boss fights during cutscenes and stuff. But you might just need to ping me if I don't see anything like that. Because of that, there's like no specialist donation incentives or anything. I'd normally do that, but they're towards the main streamer of the event, so that's what you're mainly here for, after all. But yeah, I just thought I'd jump in and contribute because I really like the idea of it. Big ups. Welcome, Scott. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, if you do like what you see, feel free to donate. I'll probably... By the time I'm done with this game, I'm sure someone else will be on. I know Turbo's been doing a couple streams for this, so I'll probably try and raid into someone who is live. But yeah, because of that, I don't have a donation link active, so just let me know you pop something through if you have. Otherwise, you know the usual drill. Just sharing the word is greatly appreciated. That's the main way that, you know, word gets around to donators if you can't do so yourself. And spread the word of the great event, and, of course, the great cause that is Special Effect. How does man get the IHOP, Amy? I bought the code on eBay, and because it's Xbox, I used a VPN to redeem it. You can redeem like out-of-region games on Xbox if you use a VPN on your computer, which is exactly what I did, and I paid £9 for a code. Was it worth it? Probably not, but I was already getting the game on Xbox anyway, because it was £10. Xbox fanboy, thank you, Alari. I mean, I got this game on Steam first, and I only got it on Xbox because of the comic book codes, which I'm not allowed to get on Steam. Same with IHOP Amy. They're the only reasons I have it on this console. Well, the reason I'm not playing it on Steam today is because I'm on my laptop. My laptop, for some reason, hates playing this game. Yeah, my laptop hates playing it, so I don't know what it is. I think this game's in Unity, right? I think there's some sort of weird stuttering or something like that to where it just wasn't streaming well. So I went, fine, I'll pull out my Xbox and play with the cool skin. Might as well. You know, I've spent £20 on... £30 because I got the digital deluxe. I spent £30 on this package. Small price to pay for cute. Right, it is a pretty adorable little outfit. I'll also be playing with some of the other characters. I'll be taking requests for that sort of thing because I said at the top there are the character exclusive stages, such as the one coming up next. So I've got some options for Sonic, so I'll let people pick. Normally that sort of thing would be a donation incentive, but as I said, not really doing donation incentives this time around, just a bit more of a chill stream. We're here to hang out, and if we make any money and spread the word, then that's a positive, I'd say. Am I going backwards? Yes. I always struggle with Act 1 in particular, getting sent the wrong way and then going, what on earth am I doing? Case in point, I've done it again. Can't you set up an alternative account? Yes, but it's really easy to do in comparison to that, Jamie. You can do it on your main account, which is so much quicker. Like, what on earth? Right, we're gonna spin dash jump this. No, we're not. How do I not get enough speed there to stop myself from doing that? Do I just go like, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you can do an alternative account, but it's just so much easier. Literally, download like the top VPN app on like Mozilla Firefox or whatever, for example, right? You go to America, you go to redeem.microsoft.com, and you can redeem the code. So you don't even have to set up a second account. It's really handy. So you could obviously do that on Switch with the second account thing, as you say, and that works perfectly. But for me, that was the most elegant solution, especially with PlayStation. PlayStation was the only other console that was on sale. It's like, I kind of would prefer to play this on PlayStation, have the physical copy there. I don't really collect physical for Xbox, because Series S, owner and all that. But still, it just seemed like the most convenient platform out of the two to receive this sort of DLC on, so that's the one I went with. You could actually get the comic book skins in the UK through Amazon. You had to buy a physical copy of the game, however, and it was only a pre-order bonus, whereas it's a general tie-in for all copies on console. But it was pre-order bonus only for the physical version, the PC version, which I'd already pre-ordered it by then. I wasn't cancelling my order just to get it like a day or two later through Amazon, because I didn't want to get Prime either. So ultimately I just went, oh, well, I guess I'm not getting those then. You could get them for free if you're awake, like, for the 5 or so minutes that the store listing was live and accidentally public to everyone. Resident SD says, chuck some money into the Raising Rings pot. Perfect timing. I'm on a cutscene. Let's go ahead and check that. Thank you, SD. We're now at £4,470. £20 from Resident SD, Raising Rings in support of the Green Viper stream. Thank you very much for your incredible generosity. It's a really long cutscene, isn't it? Out of interest, where are you setting up a... Oh yeah, the double jump's going to be handy here. What are you setting up a second account for? Like, what region? Because obviously Japan's like a big one, but I have like a couple on Nintendo. But honestly, I just tend to change my account region now on there as well, because mainly because of family sharing. It's difficult to family share a second account if it's full of like Japanese games or whatever. US, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The US is also a pretty common one, so it's not too bad with Nintendo, I don't think. PlayStation's kind of the worst one because it's really fussy about, like, you need to set it as your primary PlayStation or whatever in order to be able to play it on your normal account. I think Nintendo kind of is like that, but I seem to recall it not being as strict. I missed you, didn't I? Thoughts on Superstars? I like it. It's not my favourite classic game, but if you just treat it as the main campaign, which is, I think I've said that like 3 times now, if you just treat it as the main campaign shot from the trip stuff, the true story, I really like it. It's not as good as Mania, not as good as 3K or CD for me, but I like it more than 1 and 2 at least. I think it's been a bit unfairly criticised, but at the same time I also get it. Right, I'm going to return to world map. You're going to get moderated if I can... How do I even do that on this chat? Unless any mod is in here and can do it before me. I think they did. Thank you very much. Right, Act Sonic. So, here we go, people. You got your options. You have Sonic, Lego Sonic, Comic Book Sonic, Christmas Sonic, Shadow Sonic, and Rabbit. Who does everyone want me to play as for this level? Feels? Yeah, I bought Feels because I want to play as Feels, so... They're offering me a lot of incentives. Sorry, Rabbit Sonic. Okay, everyone wants Feels, cool. Yeah, I didn't have the Digital Deluxe version. That was an exclusive purchase today, just for the sake of this one level. I finally grabbed my copy of the game this week because it was $15 on Amazon. SD, I regret to inform you, last week it was $10. That's why I have this game on Xbox as well. I'm very sorry for your loss. 15 is still not bad in the slightest, though, I will say. You still got a pretty good deal on it. That's what I was kind of saying with this game as well. Or I didn't actually say this on stream yet, but a lot of the sourness of this game was not only that it was a £50 game, but the fact that it was padded to £50 kind of artificially with that additional content. Is it Sonic Overture, Jamie, by any chance? Yeah, that was kind of the main reason. A lot of people had the problems with it. Now it's like a £15 game everywhere. I still see Game trying to sell it for like, I don't know, however much, like £30, £40. And yeah, no, never in a million years. I paid like 35 on launch, and I was happy with that. But if I paid full 50, then yeah, I'd probably be a bit annoyed. Especially if I paid like 65 for the Digital Deluxe. I'd not have as positive of an opinion as I did on it. I think the main reason I like the post-game is that I can just take a little BS when Sonic is involved. Same applies to my opinions on Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers. Yeah, I didn't mind the level design. That actually wasn't something that bothered me. It was just what bothered most people, seemingly. Right, let's go. I'm not going to use these powers, really. I already said I'm not going for the Chaos Emeralds anyway, but just even though I have one, I'm still not really going to use it. That's how I played the game until Trip Story forced me to actually use them. Even Final Boss and stuff, which is made so much easier with the powers, I still didn't do it, even though I had most of them by the end of my first playthrough. It's so weird. I feel inclined to use the joystick on this game, even though I use this controller all the time, and always use the D-pad of it. I don't know why playing on the actual Xbox system rather than using this PC controller does this to me, but anyway, it is what it is. The bosses in this game surely show that development was led by the guy who's the lead developer on Sonic CD, his one claim to fame. None of that other stuff, you know, none of that Blinks the Time Sweeper stuff. See, I don't mind CD's bosses. I think CD has a lot of creative bosses in comparison to this game where I can list you the Fantasy Zone boss. I remember that one. Sorry, I'm taking a lot of damage. I've not done this streaming thing for like 2 or 3 months, so looking at the chat and reading the game is very difficult. But yeah, it was about time to come back, and I figured this was a good time. This is the most Dimps game Dimps didn't develop. See, I don't know, there's not many like pits and stuff. I think the level design is pretty solid. I wouldn't say that's my issue with it. Once again, I don't mind Wacky Workbench's boss. I think it's pretty fun. I think the bosses in that game get a bit unfairly slammed. The pinball one's a bit too janky for its own good, but I like the concept of the treadmill one. It's probably my least favourite. But Wacky Workbench, the thought of like physically climbing up to fight Eggman. I mean, I know I was done with Labyrinth, but I felt like it was slightly better implementation here. Once again, I got my drop dash. I got to keep using it. I've got into Amy mode where I'm like, well, I got no drop dash, got no instant burst of speed, and I'm not going to mash spin dash every 2 seconds. So I'm going to live without it or whatever. Yeah, the pinball one really is annoying. I liked when you could skip it, and then they patched that in 2011 for some reason, which made me sad. Ah! Wrong way! Classic Sonic gamer in action. Fun fact, I remembered this morning about playing as quote Rabbit or Feels or however you want to say it, phrase it, or you know whatever you want to call them, I guess. Some of the achievements actually don't unlock if you're playing as Phil, because the game checks the name to see if you cleared the thing as Sonic, and because you cleared them as Phil, you don't get counted as clearing them as Sonic, even though it is just a reskin of Sonic in Sonic's character slot. So that's fun. Great oversight there. I don't think they fixed it, but maybe they did, and this is old news for all I know, but I'm pretty sure they didn't do that. The more you know. Major slowdown there. Was that? Or was that just my stream? No! I'm on 0 drop frames, and it was fine on my screen. Maybe the... I don't know what happened there. Weird. Okay. Right, back to the world lobby. I don't remember when the Knuckles and Tails and Amy levels are. Oh, Amy's is in the sand level, not the sand level. I know the level I'm thinking of. Gotta have a level check that sort of gives you the Oshima soul, indeed. Right, back to Amy. Oh, Metal Sonic arrived in the shop. Very nice. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to afford Metal Sonic, but once again, Digital Deluxe, so at the very least, I can set my character as... do you not have to buy them? Oh, you change your... How do you do this again? Customize? Oh yeah, downloadable content. Here you go. This will have to do. This will just suffice for now. I mean, Metal Sonic's pretty cool, but I want actual Metal Sonic. But you know what I want? Do you know what I want? All the rings in the bonus stage. See, Larry knows me, but I just know that's not happening. Right, back to Retro Dyna Amy then. Now this is a bop. Thank you, Shoju, for one of the greatest tracks in the game. I mean, I look for the good stuff in the soundtrack versus remembering a lot of Jun Senai's stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, they're all his melodies. I think they're just mostly interpreted on by other composers, such as T-Lope's stuff at the beginning of the game, which is really good because, you know, good instruments and all that. Some of the guest composed tracks are really good. The problem I have with them is they feel like they were, because they were developed in a bubble to each other, you know, no one could see what each other was working on. They all sound completely different and thematically wrong, but as an actual soundtrack, I think a lot of the guest tracks are actually pretty good to listen to on their own. Just this straight into I'm dying, aren't I? Wait, what? This infinitely loops, really? I didn't know that. Cool. Let me get my cheese. There we go. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I know I'm going the wrong way. And yeah, I've been here already. Yeah, like, this into Pinball Carnival or whatever it's called works really well, for example, but then you get some that are so jarring into each other that it just doesn't make much sense. And then Jun just gave up at the end of the game and seemingly handed off to Toriana pretty much. Because I'm not even sure they're his melodies by the end of the game, honestly. Can you screen wrap? I wish. This would be a true classic game. You know, they're talking about, oh, we ported the Mania physics or whatever. You haven't ported any classic Sonic physics unless you got level wrap in. Hey, Splats. I love the Splats is there. What a nice little inclusion. I know Mania did it first or whatever, but any Splats is good Splats. Once again, I think this is backwards. I've not been here yet, but I just get that hunch, you know. Oh, okay, I want to go on here. Yeah. Ugh, I hate these vines, because it feels like the height you get is very specific. These are true splats. Oh yeah, the ones in Mania are variations, aren't they? What games are you excited for this year? I've not thought about it too much, honestly. I mean, of the usual Sega stuff, so Sonic Shadow Generations, what's it called? Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble. I actually got that on pre-order the other day, just so I can get the banana costume. At least all the DLC comes as Digital Deluxe this time, and Digital Deluxe isn't separate to all those DLC purchases. I thought that was at least something. Did you get the 10 costume packs and 10 Sega packs included? So that felt like actually a reasonable deal in comparison to some of their other offerings for like £15 more. Let's see, you're finally releasing videos. I did indeed. Enjoying the Monkey Ball stuff coming back. Yeah, aside from Sega stuff, because I don't want to be the one-note pony anymore. What have I been... Oh, not what have I been playing. What am I looking forward to? Trying to think. Paper Mario is coming out next month. I'm really looking forward to that. I've had Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door lined up for ages, so I've just been kind of waiting on the re-release now. It looks like actually a really nice re-release and a bit of a return to form for Paper Mario. I'm unintentionally taking a break from modern gaming. Wasn't intentional, just sort of happened. It'd be like that sometimes. Aside from that, is it June for the Spy Family game? That looks pretty fun. Re-release isn't a remake. Yeah, you're right, it is a remake. They are re-releasing it. That's kind of what I meant more than that. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, looking forward to that. To a lesser extent, Luigi's Mansion. I don't know, last year was so full of games for me that this year is going to be a little bit dry in comparison, just, you know, by extension, I feel like, personally. This boss is really slow, by the way. The robot from The Incredibles. Yes. Oh, wait, yeah, you can actually just target him straight away. You don't have to wait for, all 4 arms, I forgot. A lot I've seemingly forgotten about this game between now and release. So I can... actually. Just making things worse for myself, seemingly. Getting a new Evercade card today, gonna play some Donut Dodo. That came out on Evercade, I actually didn't know that. That's very cool. So did that release like day and date of the NES version? Or I think it was an NES game, right? Discount Marble Garden. I wish I was in Marble Garden right now. That boss is great. The Knuckles one. Yeah, you are. You give me the Knuckles one. I really like that one. I think I prefer that over the actual boss. Mainly because when I played it, I didn't get stuck on it for ages, like I did with the real Marble Garden boss. Yeah, that's really about all I can remember this year that I'm excited for, honestly. Kind of boring, I know, but hey, there was 2 non-Sega games in there. I feel like I did a good job, okay? Ah, barely missed him. Whatever. Yeah, it hit. It counts. I'm juggling this ring like a boss right now. Oh, I forgot to turn off my achievements. Whoops. This year will be an attempt on the old backlog. I have actually got on okay with that as of recently. I said on Monday's Game Jams, which you can catch up on kngi.org, by the way. I've caught up on the past couple episodes. Oh, I need to catch up on the past couple episodes, sorry. But we were talking about Katamari, and I was like, oh, I should really finally play Katamari. And I finished it in like 2 days. Oh, really good. I'm looking forward to jumping into more of the rest of the series. Did I play much of Infinite Wealth? Finished Infinite Wealth. I finished it like in a couple days of release. I loved it. It was kind of soured in a sense by the fact I played through Persona 5 Royal immediately afterwards, and it's like a really good fast food burger versus a gourmet burger. It's like, both are great, but I actually prefer, I ended up preferring Persona, so it's like, oh, that kind of almost made me forget a little bit about how good I thought Infinite Wealth was in a way as well. Like playing 2 really good JRPGs back-to-back with each other. But in general, Infinite Wealth explains itself a lot better than Yakuza Like a Dragon did. So I was way happier with it as a game. It was very thorough and clear in telling you what to do if you're a bit of a newcomer, and it helped me and led me to learn things when I went into Persona 5 Royal, for example, that really helped me finish that. Yeah, generally it's just a very user-friendly game, and I appreciate that about it a lot more, and the story a bit less captivating than 7's to me, but that also did a lot of heavy lifting. If I was struggling, it was like, well, I don't care if I got to grind for a couple hours because the story's so good. I don't really care about grinding anymore. I've been numb to that by like action RPGs and Pokemon and stuff in the last couple of years as well, so I'm not as grumpy on that as I was when I played 7. So yeah, there was just like a lot of factors, like, building up my tolerance for things and playing different sorts of games and everything that made me really enjoy Infinite Wealth, actually. Not one of my favourite games in the series. Sorry, Gaiden actually gets still in above there. I'm still a bit more of a beat-em-up fan when it comes to Yakuza, but yeah, Infinite Wealth was a great game. I actually tried to go back to Like a Dragon afterwards. It's like, oh, well, surely since I've learnt so much, I can actually make some progress in my playthrough of that after all these years. No. No, I did not make any more progress. I still got stuck in the exact same place. I know what the problem is, and I'm not restarting the game to fix it. One day, but I didn't feel like that at the time. I really like this stage, actually. It reminds me a lot of some better stuff in Sonic 4 Episode 2, which I know most people is a bad thing, but I thought Sonic 4 Episode 2 did have some creative levels and design at some points, and this felt very reminiscent of the better parts of it, at least. There are hazards, it's Arkanoid. Yeah! Here we go. This game has a lot of fun little stage design things like that. Where Mania gets it better in kind of the... I don't know. I actually tend to prefer the level design of this game to Mania, but I prefer Mania's ability to make creative things out of mundane things, whereas this game has a lot of creative set pieces, but also a lot of downtime between those really cool creative set pieces, whereas Mania is always like wall-to-wall, really interesting with what it does. Like, this is just a Sky Temple level. That's not that interesting. I say that. I praised this level earlier. Then you get the Arkanoid section. It's like, oh, that's really nice, but then throughout the okay, I'm going in here, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's really tough to describe. This game's full of a lot of really fun things, but it excels in different ways to Mania, and Mania excels in different ways to Superstars. I think people... I always say this. People really love to pick and choose things, but the great thing is that things can coexist, and I absolutely get why people don't like this game. Versus... Mania was so much better, but the best thing is I can keep playing this and Mania. No one's going to take either away from me. So I don't have to pick and choose. I can quite literally pick and choose the bits I like, but I don't have to go, well, my alliance is with Mania, I've got to play that. I can go, oh, there was some really positive bits from Superstars that I hope they carry forward, and vice versa, some bits I hope they remember for next time that were in before. That's just generally how I see games. I like to be a bit more optimistic about it than people sometimes are with this on release. Knuckles thoughts, haven't finished it, but I wasn't first death. I think it was the game's FPS again. See, I didn't see it either. Maybe it is my capture card. Knuckles, haven't seen it. I say haven't. I have. I only got 3 episodes in before I kind of called it quits for the day. I just wasn't hugely enjoying it. I can't describe why. Just aspects of it felt way more forced than in comparison to previous Sonic series. Oops. Don't want to deal with setting up an account for a 6-episode miniseries. That doesn't sound like the Alluria I know. This level's going to be like that, isn't it? Something Crisis City Classic, something. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of the way it presents itself. When it's actually being serious, I think it's fine. But it just spends too much time going, oh god, the audience is going to be bored, we really need to get a joke in here, and here. That was my main issue with it. When it was actually being serious, it was fine, but from what I heard, that issue just gets tenfold in the last 3 episodes, so I was like, I'm okay. I will get back to it at some point, but yeah, I don't know. I thought the action sequences were fine. I thought when they were being serious about, any subjects, I'm not going to spoil any parts of it. I thought when they were actually being serious, it was quite nice. But it just, unfortunately it doesn't spend enough time doing the bits I do like. It spends most of its time wallowing in the bits I don't like. Once again, thank you. Thank you to Alluria for pointing it out, because I will now keep saying cheese. Oops. What I am going to do, actually, I'm going to pause quick, because I'm not seeing this lag. It's been, like, smooth 60 on my end. I am going to set that setting on OBS. It's been using my GPU to render the capture card. Hopefully, if I change that to my CPU, which might be a bit less under load right now, that might be a bit better. We'll see how that goes. See, once again, I didn't watch Prime. I understand why the ending soured people on Prime, but people are now acting like the entire thing was mad when they liked it to begin with. But yeah, I know how it ends, and I can absolutely see why that made people go, actually, I didn't really like it, if this is how it's just gonna end. But, I don't know. I liked the first episode, but that was as far as I got. It came out the day before Winterfest, so I only got around to watching it on the day of that Winterfest that year. So it's like, oh, I have time for the one-hour episode, and then I kind of need to go and get ready to air whatever it was. It was like Vice Verno or something. Okay, that was close. And then I did what I do with all TV shows, and I just never got back to it. I only finished, for example, I was really enjoying when it first came out. I talked about looking forward to the game earlier. I was talking about the Spy Family game. Literally took me 2 years, despite having in that time bought all most of the manga merchandise, to actually finish watching the show in time for the film. I'm like this, even if I like the thing I'm watching, I just take forever to get to it. I really need to remember to turn off my achievements. And while I'm at it, I should mute the ones on my computer, because you're going to get double achievements, because that's how Xbox works. It sends them to my computer at the same time. All I want in life is the Yakuza series. Oh, for real. The Yakuza series just seems like it's going to be so good. Everything I've heard of that just seems like they're making all the right calls and decisions on that. So when that comes out, that's gonna be it's gonna be peak. You're mostly investy. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. Alright, let's go. This stage, banger. But we already had a Like a Dragon series, not on TV. The thing they announced back in 2020 that everyone thought was a film is actually going to be a TV series. I'm mostly invested in classic Sonic these days. I need to rewatch the OVA. Oh, OVA's peak once again. I love the OVA. I completely forgot from last time I watched it that there was so many Metal Sonic perversion moments, so I'm gonna add a little caveat there. Aside from that, it's a very good one. I enjoy it a lot. I believe it was re-released recently on Japanese Google Play, which is now the best way to watch it effectively if you can get your hands on it. I assume it's subtitled somewhere. I know... See, it's tough to recommend because you can't really legally watch it anymore over here. I think the rights got lost at some point because Discotek have mentioned they've tried repeatedly to get the rights and it's just entangled way too much to be able to actually do anything with it, which is a real shame. So, because of that, it seems like the rights got sorted in Japan, but the dub's forever going to be a mess because presumably they own parts of the film if they own the right to dub it, I'm guessing. The only way I can actually say is a couple years ago, I think a warehouse full of DVDs for it was found in the UK because I actually have a sealed copy of it on DVD for that exact reason. I'm going to go and get another Chaos Emerald, why not? But yeah, there's... that's about the only way you can get it because they start showing up for like £15 all over the place. So I did grab myself a copy. Like I said, never opened it because... fake fan, I've never watched that film in English. I try and sit through it and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. It's time to go back to the sub. Which, as you don't know, it was 2 films in Japan originally as well, which makes a bit more sense cohesively. So a lot of like the modern day subtitles for it do actually cut it into the 2 films, or to the 2 series, rather than like. So you get a credits after the. How do I do this again? Sorry, I missed that. Press X. There we go. And then deactivate Velby and Arby. Okay. Yeah, so it's after the fight in the city with the Eggman mech, the film cuts, and that's when it restarts. When I think you start getting to the lava world or the ice world. I don't remember which one it is. It's been a while. It's been like 2 or 3 years. I think it was when Sonic 2 came out that I watched it. If I'm not mistaken. I really like that film. At least the Knuckles says shit cut, you know it. Yeah, so there was a really bad adaptation in 2007. I don't know, once again, if this is a proper release, but I actually have that on Blu-ray. There was a French Blu-ray of it. I don't know if it's legit. But you could either have the French dub with English subtitles, or you can have the Japanese dub with English subtitles. So you can still watch it even though it's a French Blu-ray, basically. So I actually have that film. I've never sat through it. And yeah, as Scott mentioned, there was also a adaptation of Kurohyo, aka Black Panther. There was a lot of adaptations of that. Like, there was a manga of it as well, I believe, at the time. I hate how the bosses feel the need to move off. You know what I'm going to say as well, by the way? It's cheese. Do I go out of my way to find the funny golden coin in the next level? I'm pretty sure it's Act 2, right? How did that hit me? There's no way. Wait, Nagoshi's actually in it. I did not know that bit. I'm going to die. Yeah. It was bound to happen. Let's see what's going on. Okay, sorry, I was just double checking the messages real quick. Need to do that every now and then. Okay. Now he's going to run off because every single boss in Superstars just does this, just to pad it out. I know they're balanced for multiplayer, but it's not fun in multiplayer either. I've played this game with 4 people, not to completion, but it was a task. It was a chore. It's like just about doable with 2 people. It's not too bad. It's kind of the same level of chaotic as Sonic 4 Episode 2 if you ever copped that. It's doable, but you might get stuck on the Sky Fortress boss for about an hour and hate the person you're playing the game with. It's a joke. I'm only kidding. Please just get rid of your electricity naturally. I don't want to deal with this. Fine, I'll deal with this. Yeah, it's been a while since Nagoshi Studios have... I mean, it was literally their, like, announcement that they were doing stuff. That's about it, isn't it? That's all we've had. It's the same with Evening Star. We didn't hear anything of what Evening Star were doing for, like, 3 or 4 years. But you'd assume with, like, so much money behind it that we'd hear earlier, right? Proceed 1... Right, we'll just do an act through real quick. You can handicap yourself a little by using Knuckles, but not much. I've actually never played these side-to-side ones. What? I've only ever played the ones where you climb. I didn't even know this existed. Okay. There's one achievement that's like get 400 rings in these levels. Torture. It's bad. That was one of my least favourite achievements, and I had to replay the whole game for a single achievement. The Golden Coin one, so... There's some strong contenders, but this one was one of them. Smart Price Gumball, I know, right? The games will be published by the former company they worked for. I'd assume not, because it's NetEase, and NetEase have, like, a lot of money to spare. I think they'll end up publishing it, right? The only reason Naka got that deal was because he convinced Sega to partly invest in ProPay, right? That's the only reason they got first dibs. They only ever used it twice, right? Once on Let's Tap, once on Let's Catch. I don't think any game they worked on afterwards was ever taken up on that offer, but they had the opportunity. I did it. I'm going to get my 2 achievement noises, and I'm going to enjoy it. See, I don't want to open the guide to figure out how to turn this off. I really should have done this before the stream, but... Wasn't that Ivy the Kiwi? Sega didn't publish that, did they? Wasn't that Rising Star, Red Star? Or... Not Red Star, what? Rising Star, right? There was also the DSi version and the normal DS version, and oh god, that series is... I actually want to check out Ivy the Kiwi, I've just never got to it. Naka and investments don't mix. He seemed to be pretty good at them, Ilari. That was... The issue wasn't that he was bad at them. He was too good at them. He just did it too obviously. But he made the right investment, seemingly. Yeah, I don't recall Sega ever publishing Ivy the Kiwi. I think that was done by a separate party. Oh, yeah, sorry. They also published the individual Let's Tap games on iOS. How could I forget? So I want to be top path here, I'm pretty sure, for the everyone's favourite Easter egg. But I get the feeling I'm going to lose this, because I probably should have picked Tails. You're going to pick to a crime over more. Very true. I think I've kind of said it before. It's a pretty common crime in business. So you've really got to have pissed someone off to get prosecuted for it. I feel like it goes undetected a lot of the time, at least from what I remember hearing. Yeah, Namco Bandai in Japan, Rising Star in Europe, and Xseed in the US. Yeah, I just remember seeing their logo on it, and it's the sort of game they would publish, just that weird indie DS/Wii title. They were doing a lot of that at the time, with a bunch of companies that were kind of similar to ProPay. Like, indie, but not by the modern definition of the word, just no one else will give us money to make the game, not I am one person making the game on my own. Independent team rather than... independently funded or one person. Just let me do this. Why? I'm moving on. There's probably other opportunities. I think it's like halfway through the level or something. I'm gonna miss it anyway. Spoilers, just Telltale. What an annoying gimmick this is as well, should I? I mean, I should say. I'm gonna say it. It's got, yeah, they did get them to do a Digimon game, didn't they? They did a bunch of stuff for Nintendo at one point as well. I mean, dare I say, they put out some pretty good games. It's just, you know, the fact that it's Yuji Naka and, you know, he didn't make Sonic anymore just kind of got them that, that reputation straight away. I mean, I've not played Rodeo the Sky Soldier, but everything points to it being a good game. Obviously, Balan wasn't the greatest, but... I will still stand on record as someone who thought it was okay, it was palatable. I will still stand on record as that. I think most of the worst reviews of it were from people who didn't play it. I played it, it was fine. Not great, I'm in no rush to replay it. Speaking of Balan Wonderworld, hey Kevin! the man who gifted me it for Christmas himself. I hope you've been doing alright recently. Or at least things have been getting a little better. Welcome. Balan has its fans. It does. I'm not one of them, but it has its fans. I missed that. Oops. I'm gonna die. Thanks, Dimps. Even from beyond the grave, I thank Dimps. They're not even involved. It's not their fault. Still. Yet, here we are. It's no Sonic 06. Honestly, Sonic 06 has more redeeming elements to me than Balan does. Balan's worst sin, a lot of the time, as someone who's actually played it, is just being boring. Whereas 06 never has that problem. Do you know what does, though? Rise of Lyric. Rise of Lyric suffers from the same thing. But, like, it's a competently designed game. It just makes weird, creative decisions at times. But the actual design of it's fine. Sonic Forces. See, once again, I don't think Forces is boring. It's not great. Level design's kind of its worst enemy, but as a game, I don't think it's... Okay, it kind of is dull at some points, but I don't think it's that bad. Am I on the right path to this guy yet? I'm not showing like a JPEG on the screen of where he appears if it doesn't happen. Just look it up. No. Okay. Ah! Okay, I thought this platform was gonna fall. It's fine. Oh. Get rid of all the hellfire. It's fine. Everything's fine. Maybe I've been spoiled by seeing the reimagined mod of Sonic Forces. I mean, I think I'm in the same position. I love reimagined. I wish I could have streamed something like that for this, but, you know, main PC still out of commission and everything, so it makes it a little difficult. I feel like it's somewhere around here. Wonder if Sega will let Oshima be in a game, judgment of a Sonic game like this. See, people treat it like it's flawed. I don't even think it's a flawed game. I think it's just, once again, a game that makes some bad decisions at times. But I don't... People really feel like they treat it like it's beyond saving. It's not. It's tolerable. A sequel would fix this. I'm sure they would. I just... Like with modern Sonic, Sega need to not let themselves get into their head too much. You know? They need to go, oh, people hate that Oshima worked on this. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. It's so close. It just needs some tweaks. They did most things right. You know, limit it to 2-player multiplayer. Make the bosses a bit stronger. It's no rougher than Frontiers. Exactly. And they've learnt with that game. Right, well, people didn't like it. You know, after it's all said and done, people hate that game now, I think, according to Twitter. But... You know what, we're not going to let, like, thousands of comments on that dumb website tell us that we should scrap the entire thing. We're actually just going to stick with it. They learnt that there. It took them so long to learn that lesson. Please learn it in this department as well. You know, they would have let Christian Whitehead continue, but they decided as a team they wanted to work on a different game, which is perfectly fair. And they went, okay, well, we're going to try something different. Cool, you tried something different. It didn't quite work, but you're so close. Soon to get around to completing Frontiers. I want to re-complete it at some point. It's been a long time since I played that base game, and, well, with all the patches to Final Horizon, which I will just play on easy and not care about, I'd be happy to give it another go. I just haven't, to be completely truthful with you. That's the issue more than anything. Once again, PC being out of commission kind of makes that a bit tough, but it's still, one day I'll replace that CPU. Yeah, if you haven't completed it at this point, Jamie, and you're not yet at the final island, I would recommend the DLC ending. They have said that that one's canon. According to like recent interviews, so you can pretty much skip the original ending unless you really care that much about it. Alternatively, you can make a second save file, or you can make a save just before and play both. before the mirror object is when you want to make the save. But outside of that, this song's a slapper, by the way, I don't care. Yes, the alternate ending is the DLC. So, that's generally agreed to be, like, the proper ending to the game. According to, like, Japanese interviews and stuff. So, if you only care about getting one, that's the one I'd recommend. Want the base ending first. See, that's fair, but some people are like, oh, I don't want any end, or, you know, I don't really care. So I'd be like, well, in that situation, I just want to get to the end of it. Well, then you go with the normal one, because it's a bit quicker. Or, I don't care, I just want to play the game. Then go for that ending, if you're only going to see one. But yeah, if you want to play the base one anyway, then there you go. You know. Done something for you, see Discord. I will have a look at that in a moment. Thank you, Mr. Kevin. I'll do that. Is there a cutscene in this level? I don't remember. Oh, I should go in there before that runs out, so I can hopefully get all the rings in the special stage and show you what happens. And why this is adding more time to the not checking Discord file. By the way, shoutouts to this song. This might be my least favourite song. It's fucking dreadful. I had this looping while I was trying to get the special stage achievement. Oh no, I was trying to get the knights. I've spoiled what it is. Anyway, let's try to get that unlock. It's so bad. Like, impressively so. Oh. Like, the stage itself is pretty fine, just, this is not the one. Right, this is where I failed last time I tried to do this, if I am not too mistaken. Let's go ahead and keep going. Right, third and final one. We got this. Don't fall in there. Don't make that mistake. Oh, Streamer's Curse, it's going to happen now as well. I know it's going to happen, so I'm just going to play it safe. Can we get Sonic 1 special stages at home? I mean, these play fine. Honestly, I think I prefer them over base Sonic 1. Like, 2013 and Origins and everything kind of fixed them, but oh my goodness, I don't like the, the normal Sonic 1 special stages that much. They're fine, but music, just why? Why, Johnson? What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? Right, let's use this as an opportunity. Thank you very much to the $10 donation. Oh, sorry, £10 donation. This is a UK charity from notorious master criminal Yuji Naka, who donated £10 to the cause of special effect. Now, normally we wouldn't touch this tainted money, but in this situation, we take it. Thank you very much. I'm sure you really are who you say you are. I know you're under house arrest right now. So I appreciate you taking what must be your very limited computer time to donate to a UK-based charity. But yes, thank you very much, Kev. Really appreciate it. Right, does anyone else have the same problem with this boss that I do? Because, quite honestly, it's a struggle to get through this boss with a straight face. I'm dying. I shouldn't laugh like that. Like, I know what they're going for. But you gotta add it with a big B. But do you think Pang would buy a blue check mark? See, would Fang be the one to do it? I'm trying to think of what Sonic character would be most likely to buy the check mark. I think Vector comes to mind. For sure. Fang maybe, but I can see him. I can see him being like, you know, he's a bounty hunter, right? A bit short on money. Maybe can't afford the blue check mark for all we know. True. Hey, here we go. It's Amy time. Yeah, this is the level. I like this level. It reminds me of a better version of what they were trying to do in Lost World. Wait, I've never realised this is a remix of something, isn't it? I can't quite put my finger on what it is. At least partially. Knuckles would because he's gullible. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd know how to use the phone in the first place. Fang puts an emote that looks like a blue check mark in his username. Yeah, that's way more Fang, to be fair. Now we've got it. Yeah, they're like my big two, I think. Eggman, like I could maybe see it happening. Classic Eggman more than modern Eggman, right? Modern Eggman's too interested in his tech. Bean spent all his money on apes. See, I think Bean's spending a lot of his money on something else. Oh god, I need to clarify that. Not flicking the bean. I'm saying he's doing other things with that money. I think he strikes me. It's a bit of an alcoholic. I got to be honest, right? I never said that. You what? Just ignore it. It's fine. Bark left for the Fediverse. Bark just once again. It's not strike me as a man who knows how to use a phone. I'm gonna be honest. That's the thing you got to factor in here with the Sonic universe. Are these people smart enough to understand technology? Why is the drowning noise still playing? Is that the drowning noise? I'm guessing it is, but I got a air bubble. Unless it isn't. I don't think I've ever heard it in this game. You're underwater for seemingly such little time, and I think that was a design decision on purpose, which honestly, not that bad of a thing. Right? There's like no big pockets of water in any level, is there? Bark is part of the dumb phone movement. My man on his Nokia. Can you imagine Bark typing on the numpad? Bark with a BlackBerry. would be scenes. Time for me to sleep. Toodles. Good night, Scott. Have a good one. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good time at the moment. But thank you for coming by anyway. I meant hope you had a good time here. That's what I meant. Yeah, have a good one. Enjoy. Cream is too busy getting first in Fortnite. Charmy definitely, less so than Cream. Oh, sorry, Charmy more so than Cream, I'd say. See, I can see Knuckles being a bit of a Fortnite bro, you know. Nicole intimidates death out of it. Real canon. That's why she intimidates him, because she's cranking 19. We've got it. We've calculated Sonic lore after all this time. Poor Trip. Let's go. Quite literally, it's escort mission time. That's right, you thought Sonic was immune to escort missions, but no. It's not too bad here. It's a little slow, but I don't mind it too much, especially because it's Trip. For anyone else... Oh, we're talking about gullible people. Do you reckon Trip falls into that category now that we're at it, right? Oh, but it makes my social media more recognizable, right? People think I'm important and famous. I don't know. Can you see that on Trip? I can see that on Vector, which is why I've already said Vector. Tails is running a single user Fedi instance. Now Sonic has an account on there that he never uses. Real, it's real. Except you use my instance more than I do. Why am I still paying for it? This is a joke, but it did cost me £33 to renew that domain the other day. I bought it for £1 or something like that. I'm getting scammed. Should really grab that drink because it's right next to me. I think like half of the accounts on my instance are abandoned. Never used once, let alone frequently. Bye, Trip. Okay, there is music. I was wondering for a second. Oh, this one's a bop as well. As I said, this game is full of good songs. You just gotta look for them a little bit. But I forgot about this one in particular. Yes. Yep, that one's Trip. Excuse me. That one's Trip for sure. You've got it, you nailed it. Admittedly, that was one of the few reasons I remained on that website, but, I don't know. Captain Mastodon's got it back together recently. Unfortunately, like a bunch of the other ones stopped posting, which was a little sad. Hey, I love Mario underwater gimmicks. So I lied, there is an underwater level, it's this one. I don't remember Act 2 being as watery as this. So is that just the chomper noise? It is just the chomper noise. Why do they sound like that? What in Tarnation? What in Federation? Or something? I don't know, I've got to tie it back somehow, okay. Ah, boy. Okay. Okay, you do get actual drowning music in this one. Ah! How do I... That ring bounced in the worst way possible. So you could scam the most people. I'm just going up this way then. Fortunately, you can't... You can slow down the bubble a little bit, but not really all that much. Which is a little sad. Okay, right, so I was going the wrong way then. Ray thinks Roblox counts. I regrettably got back into Sonic Speed Simulator. I wasn't playing it for a good old while, mainly due to the things that came out about how they were paying people on the team. There's still a lot of people on the team who, you know, I've seen out and about in the community who are still there and working on stuff, so you'd like to hope they resolve things. I'm not confident, it's Roblox, right? I just don't give them the money, I just grind for everything. But it's been like a decent grinding game to just like, oh, I need to kill 2 hours, oh, I'll unlock like King Shadow or whatever there was that one week that got me back into it, right? That's the sort of things I've been up to on it, but yeah, rarely and few and far between. I ain't playing anything else. I feel weird enough downloading and playing it as it is, okay? Speed Stim is still surprisingly fun. It's not. I don't think it was that they weren't paying them. It was that they weren't paying them well and they were overworking them, basically. And a lot of them were school students, so you could argue, you know, shouldn't have been working in the first place. But that's Roblox for you. Hey, Trip. Thanks, Trip. Oh. Why am I not allowed down here? Why am I not allowed down here? Why? You moved out the way for me. Oh, okay. Whatever. Yeah, that kind of sucks about that whole thing, but that was like a couple years ago. It's a very real chance they could have cleaned their act up. I just don't see it happening. But still, I've always said it's like a nice groundwork for what I'd want an MMO Sonic game to play like. Obviously, it already is that, but as like a standalone experience, it's a really nice groundwork for like a social online Sonic experience. And I hope we see it kind of, you know, drop from Roblox and at some point fleshed into its own thing that doesn't involve hiring Roblox companies to do it. Yeah, I also hope Trip doesn't end up as a forgotten character because she's like an instant favourite for me. I hope we see more of her in the future. I mean, I know we got Fang back because people liked Mighty and Ray in Mania Plus, but still, can we have those guys back as well, please? And Trip, and Fang. You know, you've introduced this many characters, please don't go, oh, Fang's gone again next game as well, womp womp. Like, get everyone in if you can, you know? But if you've got to prioritize people, it's my boy Mighty. Yeah, I mean, Trip's kind of... I'm not going to say perfect for that, because that doesn't make it like a perfect ratio or anything, but Trip fills that role pretty well. I mean, I'm throwing fists here. I know Alari's here, right? But I do prefer Trip over Amy personally, as a character in my own rankings. So I'd love to see more Trip in these sort of games. And well, they're going to do the thing they've done with other characters and be like, this is a strictly classic character. They won't be appearing in the modern games or whatever. So make sure they appear. Especially if they want it to be separate. Yeah, that's true, because well, you have got that variety in the main series, but 1 versus 4 effectively, or even less than that in Classic. So now a Trip, you've at least got a little bit of the way there. I think I don't prefer Trip over Amy, really. That's a tall order. Also, clearly I haven't, because I would have liked to have seen this. In this house we stand Trib. Ah! Good lord. Let me breathe. That works. Double the Chivo. Oh, double Chivo. Also, I know it's not my Freddy icon, but I did finally change the Twitter icon below the banner, if you can see. I did get around to remaking that from scratch, because the version PT gave me back when he made that layout was really small. It was like 100 pixels wide or something, the entire logo, including the text. You know. I had to recreate it from scratch, which I finally got around to doing. Unfortunately, because of how searching works on Mastodon on the Fediverse in general, I couldn't really put that icon in there. You know, you have to search the full thing, right? I believe the official timeline is back to being Sonic from the past. That was just a weird retcon that I was going to say Kemp Enders, but Pontac and Graf came up with for a couple years or something. And we're back to it being in the past, because this game is confirmed to take place before Adventure, I believe, officially. So they're still going with that continuity, so this is presumably after Mania and Forces. I think Forces is out of the canon, if I recall correctly. From what I remember of the Encyclopedia, I think it's not canon anymore. I don't know that for sure, but, I mean, it was difficult to include anyway, but... Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't Ian keep alluding to a timeline that exists? Ian alludes to a lot of things existing. That's Ian's Twitter for you, .jpg, basically. Also, Bop. I still want this soundtrack to get a Spotify/anything release. I know they're embarrassed, and that's why they're not doing it. That's the only reason. They've never withheld a Sonic soundtrack in recent memory from this long. It's literally just embarrassment of it, and that's a shame, because this track gets buried. And I want to hear more of it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to jump back up there. But, yeah, my main thing is, where does Sonic go after Mania? Because he's shown to go through that portal. Where are they canonically saying that goes to now? Because, well, it was Forces, and then, you know... Then he gets sent back to Mania. Are we just saying it's Mania Plus and being done with it? Or... I don't know how they've worked that one out, but I do remember hearing at least, yeah, this is before Adventure still. So this is still relevant to the rest of the classic timeline. Russian Rivals. Rivals has surely still got to be canon, because otherwise 06 is Silver's first canon appearance, and they've already dealt with that one. Pretty swiftly, as a matter of fact. Some could say on the game's release they dealt with that one, but still. Continuing. I don't even know where I'm going. Mania, then Forces, then Mania Encore. That's how it goes, but as I say, I'm pretty sure I heard that Mania is retconned as of the Encyclopedia. I don't own it, either digital or physical. I really need to at least... I am going this way. Really need to at least get a physical copy, but... sorry, digital copy, because I bet the physical is expensive, but... Just haven't done it yet. Yeah, of course there's an official timeline. I mean, they hired a lore expert last year, didn't they, to kind of keep track of all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure their first task probably would have been, right, you know a lot about this shit, we'll just put it all together in some cohesive manner. Yeah, it's the Zelda timeline thing. Everyone's like, oh, well, where does Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom now fit in? And it's like, they made it up as they went along, and they just happened to make it up in time for Hyrule Historia, right? I don't know who the lore expert is, but it's not Flynn. It was a separate job listing. But, you know, it's like Hyrule Historia. They're like, crap, people keep asking us for an official timeline. We should just make one. And now they've got to think about how new games fit into that. Like, we didn't even think about that. We just wanted to make a fun game with Link in it, damn it. I'm not the expert on Zelda, but that's how it feels very much as an outsider. Oh, we're being expected to know this stuff now because people keep asking us. Okay. My headcanon's after Rivals 1 and 2. Eggman Mega wants to get a fresh start in the Soul universe. I think that makes sense. I mean, I don't remember the story too much of Rivals 2 in particular. I kind of remember Rivals 1, but I mostly scapped? I don't know what that is, but I'm not a fan. I mostly skipped through it, I think. I definitely just skipped all of Rivals 2. Yeah, that is very true, Jamie, but you kind of get that. Now you're getting that with... now you're getting that with Sonic, now that Ian Flynn's writing it. Every game is going to reference another game. That's kind of how he writes things. I think they mentioned... I think the hero mentioned in Wind Waker's intro... Oh, the hero mentioned was the hero of time. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense to want it, but they didn't sit and think about it. They were just like, oh, this will be a cool back, I'm probably sure. It's like, oh, we've got to think definitively about this now. See, there will be instances where they have, but as you say, like how everything ties into one another, I just can't see that having been like sat down and planned from 1980 or whatever. And I feel the same with Sonic, so it's like, good luck. I mean, they're really pushing hard this CD comes before 2 thing, and I don't agree with it. I mean, throwback, remember when it was Sonic 4 Episode 1, CD Episode 2? Remember when that was the thing? That was all the rage. Oh. Right, ring juggle, don't lose them. This is a stupidly long boss at the best of times. Right, I've clearly got into a bad example of people who know more about Zelda than me, but still. Point being, someone has to make sense of this thing which they didn't think they would previously need to make sense of because no one would be pedantic enough. That's why the lore expert exists. Why did they make this one in particular just such a slog? Is it over? Is it done yet? Can we go home? Oh, I thought I would get a double hit. I'm sad. It played the sound effect twice, but that's about it. By extension of placing both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, don't you also have to place Hyrule Warriors? I don't remember what that game was called, the second one. Doesn't that technically tie into Breath of the Wild? It's before, right? Okay. Right, let me just readjust in the seat real quick. Prequel, yeah. So you'd have to factor that in as well, which they typically don't factor in that sort of like spin-off, right? But most parts of the time, it's simple. You just need small headcanons for things like Rivals Rush and Gerald rigging the arc. I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, that's very true. Because you think of some things, it's like, oh, it's explained in generations, so therefore it has to be canon almost, if that makes sense. They're still recognizing that game as such. and well, it's re-releasing this year, so I'm sure we'll I'm sure we'll have a reconfirmation of that at some point, probably on a podcast or something. Yeah, I guess if it's referenced there, it's in some way canon, which means Secret Rings time, baby! Unfortunately, this level is a real low light. I don't have any defense to come in for this level. This is just a rough one. Even the music doesn't save it. So if we're going to say Shadow's game is canon, which story route? There's one that's more so than the other, isn't there? But I don't remember which one it is. I don't think it's purely... Oh no, it's not even one of the it's not even one of the main routes. It's one of the library paths, isn't it? Shoutouts to Valora. Always used to talk about Shadow the Hedgehog, of course. She told me this once, and I don't remember what one it is. It's one of the really random ones that's considered the canon one. I'm gonna look this up in a second once I get to. Okay, this gimmick is cool though. It's like a better version of that Astro Coaster boss. Or that mid-boss thing from one of the acts. Saw Gerald on the Ark in the radio mode doing research on Earth and got to Shadow before Gun did. Yeah, I'll look up this in a second because it's really interesting that they decided that one it's not an Android ending, because the true ending makes reference to the fact, if you wait 10 minutes, that he is the real one. And the true ending has to, by definition, be canon, I'm pretty sure, if the entire game is, so... yeah, I'll look this up momentarily when I get a spare hand, because I'm sure there'll be like a 20-minute cutscene leading into a 3-hit boss fight. Oh, so close to not doing that. Right, let's do this now. Shadow the Hedgehog. I'll leave you with the beautiful music. Cannon Path. That's going to keep happening. I'm going to move away from that. See, I'm not seeing which one it is. Oh, here we go. According to Sega Forums user Archangel UK. Oh, okay. Well, this must be factual then. Shadow is canon, still in 2011. Oh my god, there's so many spoilers on this page. Oh, they never even finished this trail of thought. Okay. Yeah, I remember it being a really specific path, but I don't know which one it is. Nope, not finding it on Sonic Stadium either. We're truly screwed. So there's a couple stages you have to include by definition. Or you have to go through to be canon to the true ending. It's actually not considered one ultimate path. So you have to go through Westopolis as a hero, Lethal Highway is dark, Digital Circuit is dark, Glyphic Canyon is dark, Circus Park neutral, Sky Troops neutral, Mad Matrix hero, Cryptic Castle neutral, or hero possibly, that means neutral / hero, Iron Jungle neutral, Lava Shelter hero, Prison Island hero, Death Ruins dark, The Doom neutral, Central City dark, Airfleet neutral / dark, Gun Fortress hero, The Ark's neutral, Space Gadget hero, Lost Impact hero, Cosmic Fall hero, Black Comet hero, Final Haunt dark, and then The Last Way. There is one that is considered the most, but I don't know which one it is, and I'm not finding the answer very quickly. Apparently Pure Hero, the hero ending of Pure Hero is the one that leads directly into Last Story, so that probably has the best chance, at least that version of the ending, but you don't even have to follow that path all the way there, you just have to end a true hero. Yeah, you see why this is confusing? you see why I had to hire an expert for this? I'm sorry I let your ears bleed with this incredible music for that long while I tried to figure out that answer. Screw it, if she's online, I'll shoot a message in a second, we'll get a live answer. Okay. Once again, I enjoy this gimmick. I'm a supporter, okay? Go last story, yeah. End of conversation. Monkey. Return to Monkey. You don't have to play Superstars if you return to Monkey. You know what I'm gonna say, and it's cheese. Call me a chow because I'm cheese right now. $20.99 for the Kindle version. Yeah, that sounds alright. I mean, it's like a £40 book or something, isn't it? For the hardback and everything. I know it's like a I know they call it like oversized or whatever sometimes. It's that sort of thing, right? Okay, I'm gonna. Someone else is streaming, I'm guessing, because I just I just saw a message on the special effect page saying, "Please come to Brazil." Now I'm gonna assume this is not for me, because there's also another message there. Put it on a Christmas list and got it for free. Now that's a true baller move there. I think this one's even. Oh god, yeah, because you've got the stupid punchy hand thing that you've got to deal with, haven't you? So you've got to keep pressing the button for. Yeah, this one sucks. Even worse than the last one. There's no saving this one for sure. Okay. Yeah, we out of there. So I just got to remember to hit that button every now and then, and it should be good, basically. The same with handheld history, and we'll be doing the second handheld history compilation. I mean, books are the perfect thing for a Christmas present, right? You know, I'm sure we all probably. I say we all. I don't. We all have the family members who are like, oh, you need to get back into reading, etc. It's good for you. That's one in every family, right? I'm gonna miss the timing on this. I think you can actually press it too late, and I don't mean like the obvious too late, which is, you know, after it kills you. But I think it is actually possible to be like, oh, sorry, it's too close to the end of the countdown, you're locked out, so I gotta watch out for that. But, you know, there's always those family members who are like, oh, I want to get you a good book for Christmas, right? You know, none of those video games. So it's the perfect opportunity. Fine, buy me a book about video games. I win. There's a mod that makes these orbs control correctly. My muscle memory hates me. I've not actually messed with mods for this game as far as I can recall. Like, I've done so once or twice with Frontiers and stuff. Best Christmas presents ever is socks, Jamie. I got so many socks last year. I got 20 plus new pairs of socks. I physically do not have any room. It's all I get every year. My sock drawers are full on drawer, and I'm running out of room in it. Like, I mean, like a full length chest of drawers. It's a real problem. It still hits too close to home, though. That's how you gotta call it out, right? You know, I've not really seen any mods for this game. The only one I've really seen was, I know Beats at some point was working on... got the blast, by the way. Oh, I don't control this, I was gonna say. I know at some point Beats was working on a Rush Adventure mod for this game, like to make Sonic look and control like Rush Adventure, including the boost and everything. I don't know how that's getting on, but I've not seen too much else. There's not been like a whole lot of buzz in comparison to like Frontiers, where people are immediately like, oh god, I gotta fix this, this and that, or I've gotta put this level into it. I've just not heard that happen with this. I know there's an FOV mod. Good, because the FOV in certain situations is way better than the default one. I don't mind it as it is, but when you see it a bit more zoomed out, it's like, oh yeah, this probably would have been a bit better. Yeah, so I'm trying to remember where Knuckles' mission is. So I know Tails is in the snow level. I don't remember when Knuckles' exclusive mission is, just so I remember when to swap. I hope to God it's not in this zone, but oh, fuck's sake. I am getting a little worried. Thank God for no lives, by the way. Shoutouts to that. I like that change. I know it's not for everyone, but I've been fine with lives in many classic Sonic games, but I actually quite like that change here, honestly. I'm sure more people finished the game because of it. Not Jamie, as we've already established, but still. Why is the timing on this one so strict? Like, this is so strict! What the hell? There's some situations where I do genuinely think lives kind of can enhance the gameplay situation, but Sonic isn't one of them. I know it's arcadey and everything, so there needs to be like a risk-reward system, but I don't know, I feel like the risk-reward system can be a completely separate thing to lives as well in various situations. And this game doesn't get it perfect, but I feel like its difficulty is too high in some areas, too low in others, so tough to say for sure. I'm finally out of there. But generally, like, yeah, I don't think they're too bad here. Crash 4 is a textbook example. Crash 4 does lives very well. I did my initial couple playthroughs without, and then I was like, oh, just so I can say I've done it, because some people get so up in arms about it. I'll do a playthrough with lives, and honestly, it's... You can stack lives in that game so quickly. Like, it to the point where lack of lives makes the challenge... See, I did agree with that at the time. I think that's a perfect example, but even then, even with lives, you can still actually have that trial and error in that game. Like I said, I played the games through a couple... I played through Crash 4 a couple times. I really liked that game, more than most people. So I guess you could say to an extent I knew what I was doing, but even if you don't, it's still pretty easy to farm lives there as well. So I actually think that game still could have got away without the live system. It's just... oh, you have infinite lives is less daunting than, oh, you've got to go and collect infinite lives. I hate these orbs. I don't know why you've turned that mod on a low. I don't blame you in the slightest, because I'm gonna die. Yeah, I think if it gets like 1, you can't do anything. Yes, see? There you go. Yeah, Mario Wonder. Equally a reason to not have lives. It feels like the game's so weighted around not having them, and then they just put them in anyway. Because you can buy them as well, that's the thing. It's like, well, at that point when you can buy them, why don't you just get rid of them? Like, you can't buy them in Crash, but obviously you can go and sit there and farm for them if you like. And, from memory, the only thing I don't like about easy mode, or not easy mode, but no lives mode on Crash 4 is I'm pretty sure it involuntarily skips certain sections for you if you keep dying, which I don't think the lives mode does, which I'd prefer them to just not... an option to turn that off. That's the best way of doing that, right? I would have liked that customizability, but they didn't add that to my knowledge, so I think you just have to go about. Did you get to the final level of Larry? Because I actually thought it was fine until the final level. That was when I lost patience pretty quickly. It didn't feel as... I mean, it's fine, it just didn't feel as fair as some other Mario final levels. Need to get Wonder, you should, Jamie. I'm dying. There's nothing I can do here, really. You're kidding, there's a button there, why didn't I know that? You did all the levels. Oh, okay. But did you do the true final levels? Because you said you gave up, but you need to have done everything else to get to that one, so... But then... But how are you trying? Surely you did it? I don't know, I'm confused. Anyway, thank God this game doesn't have anything like that. Instead it just has a really tedious classic Sonic boss. Super Sonic boss fight, sorry. Everyone had to buy a purple coin for the last few seeds. Yeah, okay, that's I mean, that's not even that bad to sit there and do. I think I did that within like half an hour. That one. I mean, yeah, that's rough, but we just mentioned I grinded like 2 hours in Roblox for a character each week, so I'm kind of immune to it at this point. Come on. Why does this suck so much ass? I just want to rotate the other way. Oh my god. Good lord. Is it over yet? Is this level over yet? Can we get back to good gameplay? Not good gameplay, good game. Sorry, apologies. I misspoke there for a second. With Platinum Forces, you aren't allowed to an opinion. See, this is true, but I never claimed to have enjoyed Platinum Forces. There's a big difference. It was sadomasochism, of course, and nothing else. It pretty much was. It was a really rough ride. It was one of those I want to be able to say I've done it things, which, in hindsight, I have the personal control to not do anymore. But I, despite that, I am still somewhat tempted to go back and do it on Steam, because I kind of switched to achievement hunting on Steam nowadays, because I wasn't really feeling that back then, but I kind of got into it a bit more. Alright, let's ignore angles and just go. I say that. Okay, we're good. See, I don't know about like, but how do you just turn right? Why is this such an ordeal? Okay, there we go. I managed to do every other direction but that one. Yeah, working as intended. See, this has like such normal bullshit Dimp's final level Sonic feel, or final Sonic level feels, and yet it's not. The game continues for like 5 or 6 things after that, isn't it? It's quite a while it continues on for. Launch base effect, yeah, but that kind of was the end to a game technically. In a sense. It was the end to the version that people only had access to for like, what, 6-7 months, right? Whereas this isn't. They never intended to finish this game in another half later. This is the finished game. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm glad this isn't at the end of the game, because I actually quite like the end game minus the final boss for the most part, so this would spoil it. Yeah. That works. Mania at midpoints. Both this and Mania have midpoints, like how Launch Base feels in MK. What's Mania's midpoint? I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I've Mania'd. I don't remember which one it is. Which level it is, that is. What, like... Stardust Speedway? That's like the 4th level! That's not a midway point. I mean, it feels like one, I'll give you that, but it's like a 3rd down. It isn't the 4th. Is it the 4th or 5th? It's the 4th, right? No, I'm not allowed. Oh, it is the 5th. I always thought Press Factory was the... No, you're right, it is, yeah. Press Factory is the 6th. that game has a lot of levels. I mean, this one does as well, to be fair. I mean, I've not sat through this game in one sitting since day one, whereas I've sat through Mania many times. Press Factory, mean Garden, sorry. I was thinking of much worse levels that I was currently in at the time. No, you were thinking about a better game. It's fine, it's fine. Too many press levels? Too many levels that make me pressed, okay? That's more the issue. This is one actor, isn't it? I believe, but it just... No, it's a 2-acter, isn't it? Because it has the incredibly long boss fight in Act 2, right? I mean, I said one of the others was incredibly long, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, then... Oh my god. It's child's play in comparison to that one sand level boss. It's a 3-act, you're kidding. Oh, this is Knuckles' one. Yes, it is, isn't it? I mean, not only did I sit through this, you know, the once on day one in one sitting, I sat for it twice. I did a Trip Story on the same day. Also, you can mash so fast here if you mash all of your jump buttons. So I don't tell you, of course. But this is how fast... Oh. I'll show you how fast I'm meant to be going in a bit, but you can really choose it. If you hadn't seen that before. Nope. Okay. Oh, we got the weird spinny ceiling thing. Look, it's Lost World again. No. In a better place. Would I say this game's better than Lost World? I think I would, yeah. Yeah, I'd say this game's better than Lost World for sure. Can't believe I had to think about that, but hey ho. Also, speaking of hey ho, hey Sonic. Do other characters wait there for you when you are actually playing as Sonic or whatever? I can't remember. Because I'm guessing it's Sonic with every other character, but is it just him when you... Was it someone else when you play as him, or do they just put no one there? I like the weird spinny thing. I like the weird spinny thing. I thought it was a neat gimmick in Lost World too. It makes a bit less sense here, admittedly, but I can still live with it. That'll be just fine. Okay. That's more like it. I think. Yeah, we're going the right way, we're good. Yeah, so this is how fast you're normally meant to drill. If I spam the face button, you can see a bit of a difference there. Those rocks just take forever to break no matter where you hit them. Random tangent with KD Connect was the best thing to happen to Steam Deck desktop mode. I actually don't have it set up on that. I did used to use it on my computer, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. Out of interest, what do you use it for? Is it something worth setting up? Yeah, I tried to use it for actual phone transfers on my real PC, and it just was never quite what I wanted for that sort of thing. It was a shame. Sending files across. Oh, okay. That's good to know, because I've always struggled with that, even despite like having a home SMB server and stuff. Steam Deck's always been a bit finicky for connecting to it and like SFTP and other like, file servers that I try and put it onto to send stuff across. So that's actually very good to know. Say it with me, folks. Not quite yet. Lucky I didn't lose all my, I didn't lose my life there, because it's super easy when you lose all your rings to accidentally hit him and go, ah yeah, hang on. Cheese time. Oh, clipboard sharing. Yeah, I can do that. I have like a keyboard app on my phone which I use for that sort of thing. So I've already managed that, but it's good to know I can manage that on its own as well. Useful for terminal guides. Yes, I can imagine that's very useful. Right, Knuckles time. Let's go back to the world map. Trip, no! Metal Amy, pink, Metal Knights. There we go. Hell yeah. Can I afford anything of Metal Knights, or am I just locked out of it? I can afford the... can't even afford the arms. What is this? The answer is no, I can't afford any of it after half a playthrough. Yeah, everything in the shop is too expensive. That's one of my big problems with that. I don't want to go in here yet because right, chat. Who do you want? I've got Knuckly Knuckles, Lego Knuckles, and Comic Book Knuckles. I'm personally feeling a bit of Comic Book Knuckles, but let me know. Especially when you're halfway through a guide and need to reboot or switch back and forth. Yes, absolutely. Lego Comic, that's 2v1. I think you're the only 2 people in chat right now, so 2v1 it is. I'm gonna go Comic Book Knuckles. It's alright, we still got Tails. We can still have Lego Tails. Wow, look at those smooth characters. Meanwhile, oh my god, I picked a bad level for this. What on earth? He looks pretty good. All of the comic characters look pretty good in most of the levels. I'm not as on board with this. That shading isn't meant to glow like that. It doesn't work very well, but you can see it looks pretty neat the rest of the time. Oh, that's what I'm missing, right? Oh, it's a timed activation thing? Okay, I thought I was screwing something up really badly. Okay. Can't climb on walls that would be really useful to climb on. Noted. Why not that one? What's different to that platform? I mean, it's moving, I'm guessing is going to be the answer, but still. See, I find Knuckles plays a little weirdly in this game. He doesn't quite play as he does in most classic games. It's nearly there, but there's some stuff... I mean, I think it's his wall speed. His wall climbing speed feels really slow. To the point where you would get like a little speed boost in the... oh, right, yeah, that is how this works, okay. You would get like a little... Let me see if I can do it. No, you can't glide off that wall, because of course not. What a great gimmick. Let me see if I can get to a wall I can actually climb on. Yeah, so his climbing speed feels really slow. Like, his falling speed's fast. But in other games, it was, like, super beneficial to do that lock-on that you saw me do there. Or not super, but you certainly got a little boost out of it. It feels almost essential, but then also at times it feels like you get penalised for grabbing onto the wall too much. It's really odd. Remember that I need to crash ring races. Hee-ho. Just remember I need to actually play ring races. I have the 100% save, but I need to actually try and put at least a little bit of time into it. At some point. Not in the mood for a game I might get super frustrated at the moment, but if the time ever arises, then ring races will be my go-to. I keep meaning to set up a server for it, but I'm not actually at my home server setup. It's on the other side of the country right now. It has been for a little bit. So it's kind of annoying because I'd have to like migrate it anyway if I set it up temporarily. I have wanted to do that for a couple friends. They knew someone would try loading an SRB2 kart mod. Yeah, basically. You're like, huh, and then you go, oh wait, hang on. Exactly as planned. I think you can, aside from the Chao keys, you can get this person other ways, right? This fellow. I remember this Knuckles level, and I'm glad I remember correctly. It just goes on forever. I think Act 2 does as well, doesn't it? Ugh. No! This is not what I wanted. Okay. I believe it's 2 characters. Is it? I thought it was the 1. I mean, it's very possible it is the 2, but I've only ever heard people talk about it as the 1. I've played about 5 minutes. My exclusive experience pretty much has been watching other people stream it. Which, to be fair, was a good chunk of my time with Kart, too. I only actually played it for, like, 2 hours. I think, all in all. I was never, like, a big stan of it like other people were. I mean, I never disliked it, I was just never very good at it, so I didn't really therefore spend much time on it. What am I actually doing here? The Virtual Boy's golden child. What, Wario? No. Sorry, I think you mean the 3DS's golden child? What's a Virtual Boy? Is that like Red Viper? No, the other good Virtual Boy game. Oh, that one shmup that everyone likes. That one. I don't remember what one that is. I seem to recall that doesn't work very well on Red Viper. I need to spend more time with it. The problem is my new 3DS's screen just kind of sucks. It's, like, really ghosty. More so than others. I've just been sent the headline from VG247. The new LEGO Sonic sets will allow you to get drilled by Dr. Eggman. And with that... No! Wait, I don't want to play the level. It's Knuckles. I guess that works too, though. Oh, did they? I saw they did an update the other day. But didn't look into it too much. Because I was too busy messing with NetPass. This cutscene always confused me. What benefit does he have to showing the Chaos Emeralds off there? You're like, oh, is he gathering them for some bad purpose? Actually, no, I think they do explain it a little later on why he was collecting them or something, don't they? I don't remember. Like, what reason does he have to have these stolen? Why did he get them out? I think maybe it's explained, but I don't know for definite. I just remember the first time I saw that being like, wait, Knuckles is the bad guy? And they never touch on it again. Back to Amy. So they can trip teasers. Is that really the only reason? Dinah Amy. Okay. Seems like... Bruh. Alright, seeing this cutscene. Knuckles is no longer flat. He is shiny again. He's a shiny boy. Oh wow, it's like Press Garden, not Factory Garden, but better. I think this actual act's fine. It really just is kind of let down by the ultra long boss fight, isn't it? Hey, we're nearly at peak superstars, so hang in there. NetPass got me to obtain the other Street Pass Plaza games. My only real experience with Street Pass has been in the last year, and that was exclusively Street Passing with my other DSs and the other DSs in the household, and one friend who has like seven DSs. It's not me. That was pretty much how I played it. I just got it for the sake of taking it to conventions out of curiosity, but so because of that I do have access to the games, but I never messed with it before this current year, really. So, but yeah, NetPass has like really revitalized me looking into it, and I'm glad it leaves actual Street Pass alone. So once you're 10 hours or whatever up, you can just go back to normal Street Passing if you actually want to just do a normal Street Pass, which is really nice. Because I know NetPass is not the first of its type. There's been a lot of other solutions for this sort of thing before, but they've never been as easy to set up, and they've never I think they're always permanent pretty much, because they spoof your location kind of thing. Which this semi does, but not in the same way that they do it, or something, how I understand. So it's just like, you know, there's been interesting solutions before, but this is finally the, this is the one, right? They just got to keep polishing this one, basically. That's true. Yeah, I think I've only met one person somehow whose recent title hasn't been NetPass. But it is what it is. Oh, come on. You had a magnet shield for a reason, Amy. Imagine doing that without the double jump. That's basically the only way I got out there. Ah! No. Yes, maybe. Possibly even. There is an update that adds a settings menu. What, for NetPass? What does it add as settings? Oh, wait, no, I have seen it. Yeah, that's the one I got. Yeah, the one with the banner. Yep. It's the one I installed the other day. I had a big problem with it because there was still like residual data for Japanese on my region swap console, so that would not show in anything for Japanese. Other games it's fine, because like Pokemon's one that always did it, but there's always a menu when you boot the cartridge up for the first time without a save file that's like, hey, what language? So I just Google translated that and it'd be fine afterwards or whatever. But yeah, NetPass would physically not let me change the language, and that was what finally, after like 3 years of ownership, inspired me to actually fix the language files on that thing. So I had to system reset, but in a way which didn't make me lose any of my data, which was nice. Yes, download and delete personal data, pretty much. Oh wait, no, that's what the update was. But that is pretty much also what I did to fix the language files, funnily enough. So it works both ways. Here we go. You've waited so long for the auto-scroller Sonic boss to come back, and you really wished it'd be 3 minutes long or something in that time frame. So guess what? You got it. It's right here. Oh, jeez. That was close. Oh yeah, and this whole thing as well. I mean, to be fair, it's not a snore fest. You actually have to do stuff here. It can be pretty tricky to dodge for all of these. But I still wish you didn't have to. I mean, even Mania wasn't immune from auto-scroll bosses from what I remember, so it's not like, oh, they added these superstars and ruined it or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure this was already an issue in other classic Sonic. I mean, I know it is in certain classic Sonic games, but Sonic's no stranger to this sort of thing, right? That was very close. It's kind of sad you can't look up and down on this platform either. Like, that's one of the fun things about when they introduce platforms like this, is I can do that. You're telling me I can't do the weird up and down, up and down? Grin. Come on, fire your shield at me. Oh. I wasn't as out of the way as I thought I was. Happens to the best of us. Can you spin dash off it and get pissed off? I think I actually tried that. I don't think you can. No, you can't even spin dash. You can't even initiate one, let alone do it. I think even with Sonic you can drop dash with still, but I think it is actually configured well enough to where that doesn't happen. Which, thank you. Did they learn? Even Christian Whitehead hadn't learned that, so... Thank you, finally. Naoto Oshima did something better. Our Zest stay winning. Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Also, thank you for the rings bouncing off the bottom of the screen, by the way. I know it's not, like, realistic or whatever, but I just really like that they do that. It's very handy. Oh. The debris can hurt you. Okay, well, I don't want to have to redo this, so... I'm gonna play this very safe. Ah, okay, that was a little too close for comfort, but fine. Ah, this is gonna be a... shit. Yep, I knew it. I just felt it. About a cartoon goober in the corner. I mean, I'm I'm not planning on going in that direction. I don't even do a face cam. I'm back in like 2010 comparatively, you know. That engagement is so fake. On my part, I mean, no, not on that part. Am I meant to relate to this streamer without being able to see their face or something? As like Twitch guides always say. You can see the great graphics of Raising Rings, though. A beneficial, a charity event raising money and benefiting Special Effect, a charity helping the physically disabled to play video games once again through the use of specialists created for each person. That sort of technology, that's what we're talking. If you'd like to find out a little bit more about what it is they do, then go ahead and type in !Special Effect down in the chat, and if you'd like to chuck some money their way through the Raising Rings project, then that is !Donate. We got the time for the spiel, okay? we got loads of time here. We've not even got into the core of the boss fight, and it's been a minute plus. Why they overcooked this? Me like a VTuber, that was the implication. Did she just fall for a brief second? You all saw that, right? Oh, he just goes straight into this section? Really? She like fell for about 0.5 seconds maybe on the platform as we moved sections. Why even design that? Just why? Cool, I'm juggling one ring for the next 2+ minutes. Backseating okay. Sure. I'm sure there's a way to get rid of the shield. Oh, you're kidding. I never figured this out. No. Well, no backseat needed. See, nothing of the coding of that makes me think that you can jump into that to deal with it. Like, I'm not getting any visual representation of like, oh, this shield might be a bit flimsy or whatever they like try and code into these bosses, right? You see, even Jamie didn't know this. I mean, there's a comment. There's a slight comment to be made there, but I'm leaving it out. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, they normally like color code these sort of things. It just looks like a normal shield attack. Oh, you didn't know? No. It just doesn't strike me as an attackable thing. It's just like a dodge this. I've dealt with the same in so many other sorts of boss fights. I'm just not expecting it to be dodgeable. Yeah, I see, that kind of makes sense to me. It just never really struck me as the sort of thing that you could do that for. So it's good to know, I guess, for future reference. Oh, fuck's sake. Boy. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Buffoon. Don't worry, everyone. It's only 3 minutes till we get back there. Sorry, 4 minutes until we get back there again. So, how's everyone's weekend? Yeah, I think I timed out a couple of times in this boss the first time. Okay, that actually worked. That felt sketchy, but fine. Fine, it's okay. Give me a sec. I actually opened Discord over that, so I can't read that, Larry. I'll wait till it's a bit safer, and I'll have a look. Ah! That wasn't safe. Setting up another handheld, turning my 35XX, the Game Boy Like 1, into a more focused arcade device. Awesome! What sort of stuff are you loading up onto it? Because you can only go to like sort of early to mid 90s, I found, at least on my one, sort of thing. It doesn't quite have that grunt. Weirdly, the PlayStation ports are fine, but the actual arcade units don't have enough grunt. Rainbow Islands, yeah, see, Taito stuff was mostly what I was testing on mine as well. I kind of found that personally, but Rainbow Islands, fine. I actually need to play some Rainbow Islands. But yeah. Oh. Right, sorry, back. I could have left the auto scroller playing in that time. That's a little unfair of me. Oh no! Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, we're fine. Need Bubble Bubble on there also. Get a bit of Puzzle Bubble on there, more like. Sorry, I mean the clone of famous Sky Games classics, of course. Isn't that like that one Facebook game? Yeah, see, she did it again. She just barely fell there in that transition. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Okay. You're kidding me? I thought you only fired 3 sets last time. That was my problem. You're kidding! No! Oh! Wasn't the original Puzzle Bubble on the Neo Geo board? Yeah, the first couple were. They were also on Taito's own board at the same time, I think. At least the lasers aren't insta-kill. Very true. I can think of a certain boss fight that is, on the other hand. It's time. There you go, the only reason that we nicked the Chaos Emeralds. I sure hope this big Fang boss won't become a problem in, say, another campaign, for example. Could have taken him out for good so we don't have to fight that boss. Hey, it's that character that the art book spoils. I don't actually remember the difference, Jamie. I don't think it's anything too big. Here we go. Now it's... You have to suffer through those last 2 zones for peak. Oh, I love the stage. I like the music as well. I am aware the music is a bit repetitive, but I don't care. I still like it anyway. Oh, no! I'm robbed with my classic Diner Amy. Oh well, Classic Amy's still great, so I'll live. It's not that big a deal. Let me through! Let me through! I thought it was a spring. I was kind of surprised. I also appreciate the return of this gimmick. Cyberstation's awesome. I think that context of where it appears in the game is just why it's so good. Because even on that first playthrough, I remember that section being a bit of a slog, and like then you get to this, and it's all worth it. I think I might buy Universe on 3DS. I haven't messed with Universe an awful lot, but probably in safe hands. Probably. This is awful on D-pad. Don't follow in my footsteps. This is a control stick all the way, just like the orbs. Might be a little bit loud on the sound effects there, just a hunch. Oh. Ah! Okay, we're good. Back to normal, bog standard, pixel classic aiming. I wish you unlocked the ability once finishing the game to play these styles in the rest of the game. But no. So that would be fun. That would be a nice addition that we could charge people DLC money for, which for some reason we still haven't done. I'm kind of impressed by the restraint there. I love the 3D pixel animated models. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say they wish the whole game was like this. I don't. I'm glad we've taken that step into actual model-based Sonic games, because I think Superstars is honestly a really good-looking game. I know it's not for everyone, and a lot of people are still saying they kind of prefer the pixel art style of Mania, which I think is fair. Mania is a very gorgeous game, but I think this game, under the right circumstances, does look beautiful. There are certain areas which really glow, like, I mean, it's right at the beginning of the game, but Ridge Island Act 2 is really nice looking, especially if you're playing it on, you know, on either PC Series X or PS5. Like, the lighting effects there are very good. Really pretty stuff. Even more so than the... I hate this section! This is the one part of the stage I will decry. Playing on anything that isn't a Switch. No, I think the Xbox One and PS4 versions also get reduced lighting, and obviously if you're playing on like a Steam Deck or something, you're screwed. Really? All of that? You're kidding? All of that? I need to regain my patience. I lost it. It's time for it to return. There we go, much better. See, I've seen a lot of people dog on the Switch version, and it doesn't look great at times, but the 60 FPS thing is still impressive. I know it doesn't hold it in multiplayer or anything like that, but it runs better than I thought it would have, considering. I mean, Frontiers is a miracle. It's not Frontiers good, because I don't think they used any of the same like licensed technology that they used there, but it is still pretty decent, all things considered. I meant to use the time stopper though. That's how I do that, and a couple other things, isn't there? Someone who mains this game on Switch is not bad. Yeah, it's better than I expected it to be. Welcome back, Dimps. It's not as bad as I expected it to be. To be honest, nowadays, I'm aware this isn't a Jamie popular opinion, but unless I hear otherwise in pre-release, I just expect a Switch game that isn't a Nintendo one to run badly. So when it actually runs well, I go into it quite surprised. In the case of Sonic Superstars, I don't own it on Switch yet, but I will at some point grab it when the Switch wasn't on sale. I probably wouldn't have grabbed it there anyway. I would have got Xbox first for the reasons that I mentioned. But Switch would have been pretty close behind, but it wasn't even on sale. It was still at £40, so at that point, I wasn't even considering it, you know? Okay, I guess I'm going through here then. Yeah, Frontiers is really impressive. I've never seen it go upwards either. I didn't go into these that much because I didn't really need to. Okay, I can go this way. It does give me a nice little shortcut then, so I avoid the same death pit, I think. Do I avoid the same death pit, or do I go to the same one? Concern is growing. Concern is groaning, even. No, I think we're safe. Right? Okay, we're good. We're good. I was just seeing a lot of similar areas, and I wasn't quite convinced. I'm swimming, except there's no water in sight. I mean, this entire area is quite odd, so I can't say it's quite odd, because it's a strange series, isn't it? But still. We need the Switch too. He's finally on my side. I mean, that NES Classics, or not NES Classics, the Nintendo World Championships leak, it sounds like a new NES Remix game, but I can't lie, it is one of the most stopgap sounding game descriptions I've ever heard. That is the definition of, shit, we threw this together in like 3 months because we needed something for the holiday. I think that to me has been the most definitive proof we've had so far that Switch 2 was probably internally delayed. I think there's a couple of things we're expecting, but that one's just like, oh wow, okay. You know, we've had however many years, 8 years of the Switch to have a new NES remix, and you choose now to do it? I mean, it reeks of that time. I mean, the Switch isn't doing badly, but during the Wii U, when they brought back the Nintendo World Championships at E3, just to have something to talk about at E3 that wasn't Amiibo Festival, it feels like that year over again a little bit. Can't help but get those vibes, even if that's not what's going on. Yeah, I'm surprised at that as well. I've always liked the look of them. I've never sunk my teeth into them, but I really need to at some point. I couldn't get Knights in time. This is the best we have right now, okay? Is this... When's the real boss music starting, damn it? You know what I mean. Meh. Okay. I didn't know I could hit him out if that was Amy, that's good. Fudging hated this boss. I don't remember having that many problems with it, but I am having a bit of a time of it so far. Skip cutscene. Making a meal of it, if you will. Right. Sit over here for him. Okay, that's a bit more like it. Okay, so you can do a Sonic 4 and just sit on this side of the screen and get away with it pretty much. For the most part. I'm learning. I'm learning, okay? Can I reach him? I technically can, but even so, I wouldn't consider that far enough into his hitbox. Oh, really? Come on now. Next year has to be the year of Switch 2. And it'll have been like, what, 9 individual years? Obviously like 8 real-world years, but that's a console cycle. It doesn't feel like it because time's been screwed up, but that's a full-on console cycle, isn't it? I don't know, my main reason I bring this up is because Monkey Ball's coming out, and like I don't think Monkey Balls even look bad from the footage, but I just assume it's not going to run very well out of out of principle, and if it does, then I'll be pleasantly surprised and enjoy playing it on Switch, because Banana Mania ran at 60, like, locked. It has some compromises, but it honestly wasn't that noticeable. So, but they also didn't have 16-player multiplayer. Yeah, longest I've seen Nintendo Sport Console. At least on their own terms. Oh, thank goodness that's done, though. Oh, what a long lever. What a song. It's so good. Another reason I bought the Digital Deluxe, I didn't want to have the default robot fighting me. You gotta at least have something a little threatening. Yeah, the Super Famicom technically was pretty long in Japan, wasn't it? That went to like, I want to say it was like once really past N64. It was like 99. They released stuff on the. What's the... Nintendo Power, that's the service. The cartridge kiosks. I think they released new stuff till 99, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Out of interest, Jamie, what did you struggle with in the second part of the boss, or was it the first part? That wasn't too bad. I remember that being worse, so, no, I get it, but actually wasn't too bad. Both parts, really? Okay. How long was it? The Famicom? Oh, the Famicom got supported for even longer. The NES got, like, servicing until, like, 2005, didn't it? Right, Act 1 first, and then we'll do Tails. Yeah, I think, like, 2005, the NES got stuff until... Whereas I think the Famicom got it into, like, the 2010s, didn't it? It's like a nuts amount of time that still got official support. Also, unpopular opinion, I don't think the song's that bad. This one's another one of those pretty good ones. It could use a slightly different bit of instrumentation, but otherwise it's fine. 2005, I think they stopped support. Yeah, that sounds about right. It was in time for the Wii, wasn't it? I don't care about doing this the real way. I'm just going to double jump in peace, okay? 11 years after... Yeah, that was a really long-form console, wasn't it? I mean, we just said that, but... Yeah, Warriors Woods was a really late one. Even in America, I assume they kept going in Japan. What was one of the last SNES games we got here? Would it have been Kirby's Dream Land 3? That was a really late one. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was the last official Nintendo Fast Party game we got, because I can't think of anything after that. I mean, I'm not a Super Nintendo expert, I know, shocker, but that's the last one that comes to mind immediately. This has been pretty fun so far, actually. The stage, I mean. The rest of the game, my opinions have changed slightly, but it's still fun. It was Kirby's Dream Land 3, yeah, because that's like 97 in Japan, 98 here, right? Or am I 96, 97? I don't remember which way around. I know Japan got it first, I don't remember what year, sorry. Oh yeah, this is the section where you can just get stuck in a loop. Yeah, Japan got Fire Emblem game in 2000. Yes, also on Nintendo Power, wasn't it? I don't think they gave that an actual retail release. No, wasn't it Nintendo Power first and then it got a retail release or something like that, or am I mistaken? I actually want to grab some of those cartridges. You can reflash them yourselves nowadays with some tools on GitHub. I've been kind of tempted to grab one, check it out, because it's just so interesting to me. I really should do that at some point when I get another box coming from Japan, like a buy import crate or whatever. Should grab some of those cartridges. I mean, I gotta get some more Game Boy stuff because I did finally get round to ordering my FPGA Game Boys, so it needs some stuff to play on it, right? 97 for Kirby from Wikipedia. The last, I'm gonna pause this. Last game to officially be released on a physical cartridge was Fire Emblem. I never know how you say it. Thracia 776 on January 21st, 2000. The last game officially made and published during the system's lifespan being Metal Slide of Glory Director's Cut on November 29th, 2000 via Nintendo Power. There you go. I am also just going to check donations, make sure nothing's come in for me in the meantime, but I get the feeling someone else is streaming who's making money right now. Yeah, okay. In that case, I'll get back to what I'm doing. Now, we're talking about bosses we raged on. This one's a highlight. This one grinded my gears when I first got this game. There we go. I was going to say, I can't quite get you, but that's on purpose, so whatever. Ah. Uh-oh. Thank you, double jump. Okay, don't try and run for it, because it is locked. I can't get it until this point. Why was that so loud? Color's ultimate moment. Oh, hey, reuse sound effect. Yeah, this is why this boss presses me. It's so easy to lose the rings because of the layout of the level. And then that happens, and then you have to start again. I mentioned it at the start of the stream as well. Hope everyone's enjoying the layout. It's a bit of a change from what I normally do, but this will be the one going forward. My main things was make more space for the game. That was one of the big things I wanted. Otherwise, it's pretty happy with the 16:9 one. It's the other two that are the pretty big departures, but I like how they've come out. So at some point when I'm reunited with my captured 3DS, it's the same time I'm reunited with my home server, then I'll be getting back to Detective Pikachu. I actually really wanted to stream it for the last few weeks, but I don't have the console with me, unfortunately. You... Yeah, when that is actually an option. Did I mention I hate this boss? Just thought I'd bring that up again, just in case. You know, the point to get through. That wasn't even fair, that one. I can't even blame that on myself. Just donated. Thank you, Jamie. I will look in a second. But thank you very much. I'm sure Special Effects greatly appreciate each and every donation. I believe we're firmly on the road to 5k now, aren't we? If I'm not mistaken. Once again, I'll look when I inevitably die again. Something of that nature, right? See? How did I know? £4,532. £5 from Jamie, currently watching Green Viper play the brilliant Sonic Superstars. Stream has been brilliant. We'll talk about random things as well as the game. Special Effect, also a brilliant charity, and love donating when I see stream events like this. Thank you, Jamie. Greatly appreciate the money sent to Special Effect. Okay, off we go. Still no lives though, remember? At least I don't game over and have to do the stage again like I would in previous Sonic games, I guess. Look for the positives. Yeah, no, that's fair, Jamie. I took so long on this one. I see this one. I get this being a rage quiz. I'm with you on it, okay? Oh. That works. Once again, the second hit really loud. Is that like a common thing for this boss? It was the second hit both times. Oh. Wait, it's only 3 hits. I thought it was way more than that. Okay. Yeah, if they were to go for a follow-up to this, one thing I think they'd fix is the length of the boss fights. You'd hope. That's like the overwhelming complaint with this sort of thing. Or with this game, sorry. That I've seen. It's always the boss fights above anything else, is what people mention. So, yeah. You'd hope that was the primary feedback they got out of this anyway. Okay, Act Tails. So, you know what that means. What do you want? Normal Tails, Lego Tails, or comic book Tails? I personally want Lego Tails. Lego Tails is adorable. But let me know what it is you want. The two of you who are currently chatting. And yeah, it's probably going to be 2v1. He's cite. What's he citing? Has he provided his citations? I say that. Larry's not been here for a while, so I'm going to go with 2v0 on that one. And go with Lego Tails. Look at the little guy. I love him. Also, being able to, as actual Tails and not as Sonic controlling Tails. I'll show you in a second when I'm at the cutscene. I love the cautious approach. Yeah, being able to actually hold down and go down is so useful. That's only really ever been a thing for like Tails Assist in single player, or I think the second player can do it when you're playing a Sonic and Tails. But I don't think that's ever been a thing for just single player Tails on its own, if I'm not mistaken. But it's actually very handy. Okay, we'll dodge that. See, this level also, I'm not thinking has that bad a soundtrack, to be fair. Once again, all good stuff, just kind of ruined by its instrumentation. This one I don't feel it's that bad. The instrumentation actually kind of suits it, because it's not using the boom, 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 boom drums that Jun loves so much. I've seen the LEGO Group working with Sega again. Yeah, for sure. I mean, after LEGO Dimensions, it would be so sad if that was all that was left. That was like, yeah, that's the only time we're collaborating with Sonic. So I'm glad the fan idea went through, and they went, you know what, it's successful enough to do real sets. Still need to build my Shadow motorcycle set, but the Knuckles mech thing that came out in the same wave is so weird, but the new upcoming LEGO Sonic sets look really good. Looking forward to getting my hands on some of those. Probably, in particular, the third set with Eggman and Shadow looks like one of the most interesting ones so far to me. And the Death Egg robot's really cool, but it's £100 at the same time, so not exactly justifying that to myself anytime soon. I mean, I know I'm meant to hit a bunch of stuff here with, you know, like a bunch of buttons and stuff. I need to get my hands on some of those LEGO sets. I love the initial one. The initial LEGO Ideas one is such a nice little set. More so, some of the early LEGO Sonic stuff, I mean, I have some of it, it's very much like a collection of playthings as opposed to sets of LEGO as such, which obviously for the kids is great, but as an adult it's slightly less boring than building, or slightly more boring than building Green Hill, you know? I mean, the Dimensions level set. I think mine's in the cupboard. I just suddenly had a moment when you mentioned that. Where actually is my LEGO Dimensions set? Yeah, I own that one. I got it just before it got really expensive. It was still barely in like Argos. So even though I didn't have the game, I was like, I have the foresight to buy this now while it's £18. Yeah, it's like £60 or something nowadays. It's pretty bad. Luckily, LEGO Dimensions has been pretty well cracked open versus, you know, Toys to Life mention incoming. Versus something like Skylanders or Disney Infinity, where those kind of are cracked open. At least in the case of Skylanders, but you need specific NFC cards. Not only can you get those NFC cards for LEGO Dimensions, there is actually a Portal emulator. If you have like a Raspberry Pi, that you plug it into your PS4 or whatever you're using, that will actually work and let you use whatever set you want. So, in that sense, it's very well understood for a Toys to Life thing. Like, Amiibo's kind of in the same boat. You can, like, you know, flash an Amiibo card or whatever if you want, but it's the one example I know of where you can use a cheap everyday object, like most people have a Raspberry Pi sat around at some point, if not they're like £20 or whatever. You can use something like that to very easily emulate every figure, which is nice because it's also the only one that's extremely end of life. You can still buy some of the like Skylanders Games Digital, for example. You can still buy the Disney Infinity Gold packs. That's why there's not been much incentive for Disney Infinity, is because you can buy the game with all the characters on Steam for like £1 anyway, most of the time. But yeah, LEGO Dimensions is super cool that it's been figured out in that way, because I like want the Portal set, for example, and at some point I'll be able to find it, I'm sure, but it is expensive, as is the Midway one and any other sets I might be interested in, right? If you're for the Toys to Life thing, it's not really the same. It absolutely isn't, but everyone's favourite word of the week, preservation. The figurines on those chips are gonna die. I've never really heard of it with Disney or LEGO, but Skylanders has definitely had some bad batches of chips over the years that already have started to go on their way out. Generally, it's the portals that go before the characters in that game, but there have definitely been some sets. But still, for like future reference, you know, give it another 10 years, and I don't reckon some of these figures, you know, we'll start seeing the failure rate of LEGO Dimensions like really kick in, maybe. They're well-built figures, so I doubt it, but you'll start to see more of that. I'll fully support it in terms of preservation. That's it. Like, I'd way prefer to own these figures, don't get me wrong, but in the case of some of those LEGO packs, they printed like 4 of them and no one bought said 4 packs, so I can keep dreaming of Midway in particular. Midway's really bad. Yes. I just saw that you said that. Yes, Midway is very bad, but I want to play it. But I also don't want to pay £100+ for it when it would cost like £15 new or whatever, right? When I've already gone out my way to actually spend quite a bit of money on the game to begin with. The disc on PS4 is quite expensive, for example. Yeah, Disney got it right in that regard. They released Disney Infinity Gold on PC, every character and playset included, and it goes on sale all the time. Obviously, that was only when the series stopped, but that was still a really nice gesture that none of the others did, because, well, maybe we'll bring this back one day, whereas Disney knew we're never bringing this back. Okay, it actually... Wait, I pressed the button. I was going to say it took me out the level. No, I did that myself. Alright, let's do the completely pointless thing, which is... Actually, it's not pointless. I do get something for each character, don't I? That's why I'll praise Ubisoft Starlink. You can purchase the figures as DLC. Yeah, that's also a very good move in that regard. No, you can, yeah. On all consoles, I do believe. I mean, Starlink's dead cheap anyway. Here we go, everyone's favourite stage. Yeah, I think Starlink figures are dead cheap anyway, because people only wanted the Nintendo version for Fox, so I see them in toy shops still all the time for like £1 a piece. So that's not in as bad of a situation yet. Starlink was cheap after it was. It really was, wasn't it? Oh, I love the no damage achievement for this. I know people will have got pressed over it, but I don't care because I love Fantasy Zone. Got mine for near £20. I got the starter pack itself for £5, I think, from a charity shop. That was only like a couple of years ago, but it was the Nintendo one, so I kind of lucked out in that regard. Because I saw the starter pack for £5 all the time. It was in my local Smiths. It was just always the PS4 version or the Xbox One version, which guess why they were shelf warming, because they didn't have the Fox McCloud. You know, but you can't wrap round to the other side of the screen like you can on Fantasy Zone. That's kind of the annoying thing about this. Yeah, I first saw it when I was working at Smith's. Exactly. But, yeah, I still haven't played Starlink. I really need to because, well, that we actually have 2 starter packs. I'm not the only one in the house who has the starter pack, and I think we have it digital, so there's really not an excuse at this point. Because there was a sale, there was like an error price at some point when it went on sale on Switch, and you could kind of get everything for really cheap. It wasn't on my account. I completely missed that. It was before I had a Switch, I think. Wait, was it? No, I would have had a Switch at that point. I just wouldn't have been interested. So all versions that didn't have a PS4 or Xbox One, you needed the Switch. Let's be honest, that's the full version of the base game. Yep. The better version than the one that everyone's interested in. Because I don't know anything else. I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 people go, oh, it's a fun game outside of that for the Xbox version or whatever, right? I've not really seen too much praise for it outside of the Star Fox stuff, with like a very few exceptions. That's because they were already Toys to Life fans anyway. So that kind of made it an Toys to Life plus Nintendo fans just made it an easy pick if you already like both things anyway. Which I don't mind nowadays. I kind of said this before. It's less scummy now that it's all in the second-hand market, so it's pretty fun to collect random trinkets, you know, right? It's kind of half the fun for me. I just like collecting things. This is taking a bit longer than it should do, to be fair. Ah, come on. That's a second boss after this, hurry up. I haven't got all day. I didn't even get any, and I damaged boosters to try and get more hits. There we go. The only Star Fox, the only love Star Fox has had in recent years. Yeah. Even Zero doesn't count, does it? Oh no, it's Sonic Lost World time. It's not. It's obviously Fantasy Zone still, but I just think of the moon from Lost World. I can't help it. It doesn't look like it, and yet. Thank you, Ring Juggling, for, as usual, coming in clutch. Yeah. I wish there was more of this, honestly, because it's sad, but it's generally the most interesting part of the game for me, because I want more Fantasy Zone. So to actually kind of play a Fantasy Zone like again in 3D is like, oh man, I wish we got more Fantasy Zone. This is like a pretty good groundwork for it. It plays and feels like it, so I can wish. Come on. Get it! Get it! No! There we go. Yeah, the only love. Oh, I can hold the button. Great. Good learning that 3 minutes 50 in. No, I'm so used to actual Fantasy Zone where you can't really do that. See, too faithful for its own good. I thought you had to mash. Does it? Oh, okay. I didn't know that either. Oh, Egg Fortress. This is a pretty fun last zone. But you know what? We're all thinking the same thing, okay? I'm fully aware of the elephant in the room here, or the elephant at the end of Act 2, more, more poetically, but the zone itself. Can I swear? You've heard me swear, go for it. Fuck the stage, I imagine. Is incoming. Yeah. No, the zone itself's fine. It's just the boss. At least that's how I've always felt with it. I felt the... No, fuck you, final boss. Okay, well, okay. I always thought the zone itself wasn't too unfair. Especially with the live system. You get enough checkpoints if you go the main route, I believe. But yeah, look, final boss. It's perfectly valid. Just gonna throw that little reminder out there. There is a worse version of that final boss too, by the way. Just reminding, because oh my goodness, what went wrong? Spent more time trying to, more than enough time trying to beat the boss. Yeah, honestly, you don't get that much out of beating it anyway. Am I on about Trip? I am on about Trip. Why am I going down? Also, you get so much of an increase in speed by spamming the jump button here. I'm kind of confused as to why you can't. Really? I found the Fang boss so much worse. I think it's just like difference in patterns and things, but the insta-death layers are just no. I got used to it, but no. It's just like a cardinal sin of boss design for me, instant death anything, especially when it's that boss, which can take like 10 minutes to run. Speaking of which, who's looking forward to the 10-minute boss fight that I will probably inevitably fuck up once? Oh, well there's my falling platform. I do like the music. Yeah, the song's real good. Okay. Also, by the way, shout out to the return of the CD Badnik. I know it's a bit difficult to get on with, but I just love that it's here. It's one of my, at least design-wise, one of my favourite Badniks. So I got a big smile seeing it here. No, I like Act 2's gimmick. I'm generally pretty hot on this zone. It has its issues in places, but I actually think it's one of the better classic Sonic Final zones. Just, you know, once again, big old caveat. Slide at the end there. Let me out! Let me out! I thought I went down there. Oh. No, okay, I don't. I thought the floor could break in one of those sections, and that was the intended way to do it, but I guess not. Unless that's a trip-only thing. That's going too fast for my own good. Oop. I can't tell if reactivating the checkpoint is a good thing or a bad thing. I feel like the cooldown should be way longer because, as you saw in Press Factory, if I just left myself there, I would have reactivated it every 5 seconds. I've never heard that, but you are actually right. Yeah, it does have a little bit of it in there, doesn't it? I don't think it's like to the point where it was probably intentional, but it does sound like it. Yeah, no, you're completely right. I hear that now. Never gonna unhear this. Yeah. Oh, this is a revelation for sure. So, I'm glad they removed lives in this game, but if we're talking the opposite of removed, do you know what I want? More checkpoints, because that's going to be the primary complaint when that final boss hits, is exclusively the checkpoint situation. It could give you a midpoint. There's a perfect point in there that is a midpoint. They could just stick one in and be like, yeah, we're trying to do the whole not making this game as tough thing, so, you know, we're giving you a checkpoint. And no one would have complained at all. And yeah. Probably in my own time I'll come back to this file and clean up the emeralds, but even then I'm not in a rush to do it. I've got my PC file. That's another change I really dislike, the 1 emerald per zone, or in some cases every 2 zones thing. No, let me get them all in one go if I want to. I get it, Supersonic's too powerful, you don't want me to get him right at the beginning of the game. But I don't like that change. That's the whole point. Your average player wouldn't get Supersonic immediately. It's the risk-reward skill situation. Oh, you played this game enough to where you know the special stages and you can actually do this within a couple zones. Cool, have Supersonic. Enjoy. No player's gonna just get through all those special stages the first time through and go, right, well, I'm done. Time to cheese the rest of this game on my first playthrough and not really have to deal with it. So I didn't get Super on my first playthrough in this game, but even in Mania I didn't manage it either. This is where I meant to go, right, of course. Could you scroll a bit faster, maybe? Just a maybe? 6 emeralds when you want the final emerald. When you want the final emerald free story or something. Basically... Wait, can you... Is the 7th emerald actually a story thing? You can get it through the special stage, right? Or is it locked until post-story? Because I didn't do them all in one run, I had to come back and do cleanup, so I actually don't know if one of them's only post-game. If that's the thing, that's dumb. I don't know if that's just me inferring the message wrong. It's highly likely that's what that is, but... Yeah. That is how it is. No, I mean, that'd be a good way to collect them. I guess, with how this game does it, it would make sense. The game's already gating the emeralds anyway, so... If you're already gating them behind getting towards the end of the game, then you might as well make it a post-game thing. Go, well, here's your reward for finishing the game with the emeralds or whatever. Because you don't really get anything until you finish another story. It's not a good reward. You get the story whether you get the emeralds or not, you know? Right, once again, this is a hella cool gimmick. I'm really surprised the Sonic game's not done this before. Also, I know it's a weird thing, but I love the loading animation in the corner. I saw that cutscene of Knuckles who says he's got the emeralds, and yeah, your playthrough you've got... Yeah, I fail to... He's part of your team, so he also has access to the emeralds, I'm guessing is the implication, but why does he find them? You should know where they are. He potentially collected them. Depending on who you're playing as in your playthrough, right? I don't know if that cutscene changes depending on if you've been playing as Knuckles. I'm gonna guess not. but you know, there's the chance that maybe it does. But there's a couple of exclusive cutscenes of characters, but not really all that much. Just opening and closing, I think. Yeah, this is brilliant. Also, love the little the little doodles and stuff that you can see throughout the stage. Please no. Alright, fine. Whatever. We just keep on keeping on anyway. Oh, felt my heart rate go for a sec then. Also, I never appreciate this song enough. I always think of Cyberstation and like Cyberstation and Act 1 are the ones I go to when I think of the chiptune styled stuff in this game. I forgot just how good this act is. I think I just repressed it from my memory because of how much I probably heard it. Oh, let me on the ceiling, game. You know you want to. Ah, FPS dropped again slightly. Once again, nothing on my screen. I think it's just a capture card thing. Like, absolutely fine here. It's been solid 60 the whole way through the game on my screen. I actually did have an issue with it before the stream where the intro like froze for like 3 seconds. I was like, oh no, that's not a capture card thing. I think that was the console. So I was like, oh no, is this gonna be a thing I'm gonna have to deal with? But I'm guessing not, because I've not seen it that... Well, it doesn't seem like it's that bad, according to what you're saying, so... See, I don't quite know what's going on for definite, but... I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on this layout. Bearing in mind, a lot of the assets we were sent over for the stream were 4K, which this laptop is not built to handle 4K, so I think some of them might still be running in the background, like the BRB, you know, the moving screen, or the moving video that you had in the background on the BRB screen and stuff, I think might still be eating up some CPU time, etc. Might be the issue. Not too sure, so hopefully when I go back to my actual streams it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll see. Oh, what the hell was that noise? And again. Okay. See, that effect's cool. I wish they did that a bit more. Went home for dinner, then my delivery was about to arrive. No worries, Larry. I mean, you're back for the end of the game anyway. We had a poll where it was just Jamie, and we all agreed that we wanted Lego Sonic. So we talked about Lego Sonic for a bit. As in, Lego Tales, sorry. So we talked about Lego Sonic for a bit. Aside from that, you've not missed an awful lot, except for the best part of the game. You know, it is what it is. The part of the game where it pretends to be a different game, which I really want a new entry from. You know, that bit. I think. What on earth is that noise? Is that the noise that the bandits make when you hit them? It just sounds like someone's breathing into their microphone. Yeah, we must be getting pretty close, so then it just comes down to how much BSing the boss wants to do. Acrylic stands and Indie Heroes 3 for Evercade, I guess. What acrylic stands did you end up picking up? I can't tell if you're saying it as if I've already been told this and I've forgotten. It is very likely. It's been the couple of days of all time. Yeah, what acrylic stands? Anything cool? Bookworm. Oh, that sort of acrylic stand. Right, I thought you meant like, you know, they do the character-based ones sometimes. That's really cool. I should think about doing stuff like that more often. See, I normally associate that sort of crush death with the retro engine, so This game out here proving that no, Unity and Oshima can do that too. Okay, yeah, sure. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, goodness. Too much wasted space. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Book covers are perfect then. That's like just the right sort of size, isn't it? Alright, we'll just play this safe. I don't want to... Is it... See, I thought it was Unity, isn't it? Oh, that was close. Is it not? I was under the impression it was. Post the usual pick in the usual spaces. Yeah, fair enough. I'll have a look when I got a second. I got a couple of Discord messages it looks like I need to respond to. Oh look, I made it through this time. It felt like I was going to have it happen again. I was about to rage, but the game just said, no, this time it's fine. You've been through it enough already, you know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Unity. I'm prepared to be wrong, but I mean, I could look at the files on my PC right now because it's installed on my hard drive and tell you. But I'm not that petty. Hedgehogging, is it? Oh, okay. I mean, Hedgehog Engine is just a graphics rendering engine, so I'm guessing it's an internal engine for the gameplay. Oh, it is Unity. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're probably using some variation of Hedgehog Engine for lighting, but actual gameplay is in Unity in that case. You ready? You ready, gamers? Last time I fought this, I did the Supersonic glitch, which for those of you who don't know, you can infinitely use Supersonic in this game, and they still haven't patched it. You just have to cancel the animation at a certain time, which is really easy to do. And that's all it takes to infinitely use Supersonic. So you can just do that throughout this whole boss, and never lose the rings, and therefore always have Super even in every form. Alright, I gotta remember how this works. That's too close to him. So you take this turn to do that. Huh? I've never seen that happen before. That's a first. A double jump should at least be a little helpful here, I think. PTSD kicking back in, like... is this his chop? Yeah, this is the chop, isn't it? Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Okay, I forgot you could actually hit his hand and it's fine. I thought I had to be out of the way of the chop. Very noted. Did you know that there's a checkpoint there? Just thought I'd point that out, you know? Wish you could skip that part, this part of the cutscene as well. 12 out. I thought I had it bad for 12 hours. Oh boy. Okay. Twice. Just rub it in. From memory, the tactic is actually don't get scared and just keep running. Yeah, it is. Oh. No, to Oshima, you're fired. In that case. Yeah, this is the problem I have sometimes. I just fail to find the blue missile. Okay, that should be enough room. Okay, good. This is where the drop dash really comes in handy for getting around the back of the boss quickly. But no such luck here. To be fair, I wouldn't fully blame Oshima. Really? That's true. Other people worked on this game now that I think about it. What one's this? Oh, it's the... I didn't think that through! Okay. We're relearning this as we go, it's fine. This boss is entirely the reason I haven't put my dinner in the oven, because this could take 10 minutes or 30 or an hour. I really don't remember just everything about it. I remember the second phase a bit more than the first, weirdly. I'm guessing because it tripped me up more than the first after a certain point. Well, because I shouldn't have skidded. Okay, there you are. Staying in the middle. Okay, start running. Ah! Oh, this is too close. That was more, and I was AVGN. What were they thinking is real though? It's a valid opinion to have. Double jump, very handy. Thank you, Amy. Okay, right. So you kind of do want to still keep running. Yeah, okay. Same deal, you can stop whenever you like, but just make sure to start a run-up when the platform comes back. There we go. Oh boy. Yeah, I hate when this happens. When you can't find the missile, it's bad. Where is it? It's my point. Where is it? I think something, yeah, something about how he fires the pattern indicates where it's going to be, but even then it's still guessing sometimes. Oh, you're kidding. That's not good. Oh! That shouldn't have even happened. Oh. Don't worry, we'll make it to the second half of this boss fight sometime. Baby steps. Two years later. Really, as little as that? Being generous, yeah, I appreciate it. We could have remained optimistic. I can see the double jump being very handy for the second part, so hopefully it actually is. I don't know why he did that. Well, I don't think that would work. Let's see, it's on the left. Okay. This is the keep running one, goes off the hands. How much IQ? Clearly more than he has, Jamie. A huge amount, you know. Right side. Cool. Okay, should be enough right sider. Yep. Oh. Now you've gone and done it. Nope. Okay. We're good. Cool. Still outsmarted by the simple things. That'd be a pretty boring game if he was actually intelligent for his IQ, though, wouldn't it? Oh, that still counted, I think. No, no, it didn't. He did conquer the world once, and never again. Right, part 1 done. There's only like 20 minutes of trying. Unfortunately, part 2 would be fine were I not juggling the one ring. If I still had all my rings, I wouldn't be concerned. Twice, can't forget Can't we? I think Canon has forgotten Chronicles. Alright, here we go. Let's just get a feel for this. Let's not rush into anything yet. Yeah, see, that feels like that could be way easier, that sort of thing, and the spinny attack he does later feels like it could be really benefited. Yeah, so you want to get close to him for this phase so you can actually get the hit. Okay. I'm just going to leave that, yeah. Oh yeah, don't get too close without getting the hit, because you fall to your death. I forgot about that one as well. Who could forget such timeless classics? He's going for gravity again, right? Yeah. Ah, shit. Okay. We're good. Yeah, you get luckily bounced back if you hit him. If you don't, you just fuck. Oh boy, okay. I didn't know you could hit him like that. Yeah, it's one of the ways to really speed up this boss fight is hitting him like that. But obviously you saw the danger of doing that. You just have to know that the hit's coming ahead of time and prepare for it in order to do that, but it really speeds it up. See, I figured that one out on my own, but not the shield thing in Golden Capital. What sort of gamer am I? Hate this one. Ah, but shit like this! That's why I hate it, because it's so easy for stupid platforms to get in the way. Pardon? Someone clip that. What happened? Nothing happened. That's why I'm so confused. Genuinely, I was on the floor. There should have been no hitbox active, and I died. He didn't even have his arm anywhere near me on screen. New enemy, thin air, clearly. Good game. See, it was actually going well. I probably could have done it on that attempt as well. Oh, fuck this game. I found a new lease of hatred for it after replaying it. That's not the one I have to jump for, it's the other one. Glad I don't think I've had that happen to me. If that happens again. Oh, it was a good stream, guys. We beat Superstar. Why have I done that? I fall for that sometimes when I see it on the screen. I'm like, oh, it's there. I need to hit it. Nope. Nope. Okay, 4. 2 more. Right? I'm counting correctly, aren't I? I can do numbers. Oh, he's all the way over on the right. Got it. 5. It should be 6, providing I do this. Right? Is it not 6? Is it more than 6? I think it's more than 6, isn't it? Thank you, Amy's hammer. Okay, no, it is. I wouldn't have got that as Sonic. That was jammy as anything. Okay. It's just those raised platforms. Like, I get why they're there to help with like Knuckles and stuff to hit the boss. Just despawn them as the other characters because they get in the way so much. I'm aware like challenge or whatever, but if they spawn in a bad place, it can just end the boss for you or whatever, right? That's the issue with it. Oh, whoops. Oopsies. Okay, I'm out of there. Cool. One hit. Oh, this is just such a bad placement for the platforms! Stop it! Okay, over here. Luckily, this at least gives me a shield here when I'm trying to get up. Onto his head, that is. Oh, bollocks. Okay, now we're good. That's exactly why I wanted rings. So I can juggle them in situations like that. yeah, this section is so bad with these platforms. I mean, I'm getting lucky in that they're kind of lining up with where I can double jump, but if they don't, then you're screwed. Oh my god, see? Five. Alright, you're lifting your arms. Sonic has the cheese, does he? What does he have? So it's typically aiming for the top so you can get past these guys. Yeah, there we go. I gotta stop, like, trying to bullet hell it or whatever, because this is just not a competent game. Really? Drop dash is good there? I didn't know that. Anyway, we did it. Oh, boy. Oh, what an experience. Keep you far to the right. Oh, I wish I'd known that. Still, we're done. We're out of there. I thought he had more than 6 hits for the second phase. I thought it went up to 8. The problem with that boss is, like I said, lack of checkpoints, because even individually, those sections would be fine. It's just the combination of the two of them together. They're just too fiddly on their own. Sorry, too fiddly together, but they'd be fine separate. That's the thing with them. Yeah, I love that little ending cutscene. It's so cute. Hey, playable credits. I hate playable credits with a passion. So guess what? They made playable credits, and they're really boring in this game because the credits go on forever. So I'm just going to leave us to it. There we go, folks. Sonic Superstars is a game that exists, and my opinion on it's gone slightly down after replaying it. Yeah, every character has their own Eggmobile, which is really cool. Like that a lot. See, it's tough to say, because it has bits where it does it better than Mania, but the majority of the time it doesn't. But there are genuinely parts where I'm like, oh, this is a really good game, and then I forget when I'm in the 2 zones from hell in the middle, and then I get back into Cyberstation. I'm like, oh, great game, great game. And, you know, it fluctuates a lot throughout the experience, so that's like something that's always important to keep in mind with it. One number clear is this for me? Right, so I finished the main campaign day 1. I finished Trip's campaign day 1 and the final story, so I don't know how you class it. I'd technically say that's 2 playthroughs. I then somewhat replayed it. I replayed most of the stages to get the gold coins in them. I wouldn't personally count that normally, but it says another playthrough, so 3rd or 4th, depending on... 2nd, 3rd or 4th, depending on how pedantic you want to make it, right? But every other time I've been pretty alright with it, but yeah, that one kind of shone a bit more of a light on the game itself for me. I still think it's a good one, but yeah, not the greatest the series has to offer for sure. I just, as with everyone else, hope we get a chance for a sequel or something to really pick it up, because I kind of get what they're putting down, you know, but it's also not of the quality I want it to be. It's just shame. Real shame. But they've still got time to turn it around, haven't they? Anyways, I'm double checking. Jamie was the last donation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone else must have been streaming, because I don't recognise any of the names as having been in the chat who donated, but I will say thank you to Alex Hydan, BR, Speems, and Anonymous, who donated £2, 25, and 10 respectively. So thank you all as well for donating during, well, while I've been on this stream here anyway. Reminder, this is Raising Rings, a charity event across the Sonic community that is raising money for Special Effect, a charity helping the physically disabled to play video games through the power of specially made one-to-one technology. So it's made around each individual user's specific needs. Whether that be, for example, I've seen people online on the Sonic Art floating around the accessibility controller. They'll make a setup using that. The Xbox accessibility pad, PlayStation one's out, same thing, but take into account whatever needs to be. If there's something that doesn't fit those requirements, but the person needs it, they'll make that for them, no matter what sort of technology it takes. They're doing some really great stuff to get people back into gaming again. So if you want to find out more about them, !special effect down in the chat room is probably where you want to go for that one. And also !donate, and the pinned comment will take you to the donation link where you can go ahead and donate. Nearing 5k, so we're doing pretty alright so far, considering there's still a day and a half to go. So here's to getting there. I don't know who's up next or doing what. I will just browse Twitch real quick, so I'm sure you'll accidentally hear a Twitch browser open, because front page of Twitch always does that. Let's see who's on and about. Yeah, I know Turbo's been doing a couple bits, but Turbo's not online. Sonic Stadium are online. We'll send you over to Sonic Stadium in a second. So, yeah. Solid 6 out of 10. See, I would have said higher than that originally, but 6 out of 10 actually on reflection feels a little more accurate. That is... Facebook is not backlogged. Why did I type that in? That is a completely different website. What did I rate this when I first finished it? We got time. These credits are like 15 minutes long. We have the technology. We have the time, right? What did I rate? How long ago was it? November it would have been, wouldn't it? November. 3 stars. No, I didn't. Yeah, that's the replay. What about the initial... Oh, it was October it came out, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. They won all 3 stars. 3 stars was like a replay. 4.5. Oh, I was off my nut there. The trip playthrough and cleanup, I said was 2 stars. Okay, yeah, that's fair. And my replay to get all the golden coins and to master it, I gave 3. So, yeah, it's pretty reflective on just how polarizing this game is at times. By the way, did I mention I hate playable credits? They're really... So, when you do the Supersonic campaign, you get to play Supersonic, which is slightly more interesting than this, but you collect rings, and it's not like some games where, oh, the rings goes into your ring pot, and you can use them to buy those character customization things. Nope. There's no reason to get them all. There's so many that it's not like a Sonic 4 Episode 2 thing, or Episode 1 and 2 had it, for example, like the avatars. Where if you got all the rings in the credits, you got the avatar award or whatever, right? It's not like that. You don't get anything of the sort. I mean, avatar parts aren't a thing anymore, but nothing for doing this. So, you know why I hate playable credits now. Oh, I just want to watch them. I want to watch the names scroll by, but the game's like, please interact with me. Then I can't look at the names who made the game, and that's what bugs me about them so much. Yeah, but you get to destroy them like in the game. Wait, you actually do? Do you do that if you get enough rings? I didn't know that. That's actually good to know. But yeah. Sonic Superstars. I don't know what else to say about it. I will say actually, I played, what's it called? I did say already, I played Katamari recently, that actually had a really fun set of playable credits. Genuinely one of the few times I think it's done right. Otherwise, it's just so tedious. There are so few parts that it doesn't take long to get the bot you want. So you say that, but you have to get like 100 coins for some of the bots. They give you like 3 for finishing a special stage perfectly, you know? I mean, like, everyone who works in these offices are in here. I feel like at some point, like... the tease person's gonna come up, right? Made the biscuits. Hand out the biscuits in the office while we were coding, whatever. You know, the janitors of the office. It's so long. It's obviously not that bad, but did they credit the janitors? At points, it feels like they must have. I get it. Games are really big nowadays. A lot of people work on them, but I mean, the music doesn't help, let's be fair. Oh great, Jun Senoi recomposed every song in the game to sound shit. Fantastic. Like the few good remaining songs, he shitified. Fantastic. Cool. Really made these better. Tea and biscuits are very important. They do keep you going. It is very true. And on that note, I really want my tea. But I am sitting here through the credits like a good guy. I'm actually going to look it up. I'm going to look up how long the credits are. Not 40 minutes Sonic Colors Ultimate length. Sonic Superstars credits length. I actually don't think you can skip them either, can you? Ending credits are longer than... No, that's Forces, never mind. Let's see if anyone's just uploaded the credits. Well, the song's 7 minutes. That tells you probably about what you need to know. 10 minutes, possibly. Yeah, 10 minutes for the standard set of credits. Oof. Have you stepped foot in any Sega headquarters for the last 2 years? If yes, you're credited. Maybe I'm credited in a bunch of games from 2019 to 2021. I just didn't know it. Yeah, but does the song end and leave you in silence for the rest of the game? Honestly, might be an improvement here. It could benefit the game. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Nearly there, folks. Nearly there. We just got to go through Sega's copyright in every language. Oh, no, we're actually ending after French. Yes. Yeah, not only consistent part of this game. It's not just limited to the OST. Thank you so much for playing my game. That's right, I'll get like one coin. No, I don't even get a coin. Not allowed a single one. Oh, do I have to press A to get rid of these? Yes. Otherwise they just go on forever. Trip's story has been unlocked. Never in a million years. That's it for this stream, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Green Viper 8, and this has been Raising Rings, raising money for special effect. That's really about it for me. I can now play as Trip in this mode, but I can also play as Trip in Trip's mode. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch the cutscene. I didn't think this through. I thought it would at least give me the character select thing. But I can't play as anyone else in Trip's mode because it is tailor designed for Trip. It's honestly not a bad little mode, except for the way it ends, which just soured the entire experience for me. It's also really orange. Why is it so orange? I didn't accidentally turn on like Flux or nighttime mode on my Xbox, I swear. What else we got aside from that? I can change my wallpaper still. There we go. It's back to how it was last time I remember it being. So can I only get some of those wallpapers before I've played the game? What? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go on and raid you on over to the Sonic Stadium. I'm going to see what they're doing. They're shuffling for the Raising Rings charity drive. 4 versions of Sonic 1 swapping every 60 seconds. Right, okay, with that, I'm going to send you on over to them. Have a good one. Sonic Screensaver, hell yeah, that's like the best part of paying £11 for this DLC, of course. I'm going to send you over to them, but in the meantime, have a great rest of your week. I'll hopefully see you all again soon. But that's been it from me. Have a fantastic one, if this will send. There we go. And I'll speak to you all soon. Have a good one.